In Sacramento, giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
Pretty much the drought's over. It's been over for a while. That's kind of nice. But it's like, it's the funniest form of superstition because for some reason people are like, don't say that. You'll jinx it. Like, well, what did I plan the weather?
Yeah. At what point do we not need
That's rain? The jinx you don't believe in.
That's the one. Although, have you noticed that's like the new one is the new cloud seeding is now entered the chat as far as like, hey, it's an op. It's because the whole Dubai stuff. I don't know if you read about that.
Oh yeah,
like all the floods there, but they actually like cloud seeding is a real thing where like they'll, make it rain, sort of. I don't know how we haven't figured it out by now. Like legitimately, just make it public completely. Like why can't we just like completely control the weather? Like maybe you can't make it 100 degrees in Iceland. But just let everybody know. Like,
yeah, we're doing a good enough job making that happen.
I think so. I because there's nobody I would rather have control of the weather than governments. That would be awesome. And then would it change? This election we have coming up would it be like,
I'm running on the warm campaign,
right?
Yeah, cool campaign.
I was going to vote for Biden, but too much rain in June. Oh, yeah, well, Trump wants it to be 98 degrees in July. What? I don't know. Like, who? More rain. I feel like when you eventually weather will be politicized. But, what isn't? What isn't politicized is I just set the chat up for I haven't even opened it yet. Chat's going to be a mess. But I expect that on a Monday. How was your weekend?
It was good. How about you?
It was good. What happened that was anything happened that was interesting? What? I know you
want to know what your mentions look like.
You should look at them. No,
I don't want to.
You should.
I don't want to. You can't make me.
On Saturday morning, I simply tweeted, this was at 9:30 in the morning. I said, time to go to work. That could be
on a Saturday?
Yeah, it could be anything, though. Maybe I had some work to do on the show. Maybe I had some other stuff. Maybe I had to wash the car. Maybe I had to mow the lawn. Maybe I had to clean the kitchen. It doesn't matter. And let's see, 76 replies later. Wasn't pretty. If you're wondering, and you're probably not, why, it's because although mathematically not a fact yet.
They win by 15.
Yes, they have to win by 15. We're talking about Huddersfield Town. They were all but officially relegated on Saturday. If you don't understand what relegation means, again, imagine if the A's got sent down to AAA last year, if the Kings and the worst years of their existence got sent down to the G League. And then the only way to get back to the NBA was you had to finish, depending on the league, top 2 or top 3 to get promoted back up to where you already were. And then on top of that, a lot of the players have opt-outs in their contracts. If you go down a league, they don't want to play, so they're gone. Managers could be gone. Who knows? It's just it is something we don't have over here. I used to really root for it to exist over here, just because I think it's amazing. Like what a way to prevent tanking. What an amazing penalty, and also what an amazing thing for like any old person to start a club and eventually like get, like you're seeing it with Wrexham right now, who will be in the same league as we are next year. They've just moved their way on up. But when it's your first full year of owning a club, new ownership, and you get relegated, like, look, I know a lot of the people over there actually, weirdly enough, listen here, so I don't want to for reals get too into it, because that was tough. That was rough. It still is rough. It's not great. So
you're not a proponent for it over here anymore?
No, like I still am, but like going through it.
You like the concept.
I do. I don't like it when it happens to the team I love, but the concept is great, man. Like, you don't do it, you go down, and and I mean, I've been listening and learning a lot too. There are some people that, not that you want relegation, but they go, hey, look, there's like the whole thing with this club being relegated didn't start this year. Like this, there's been issues with this club for a long time. They've been fighting relegation on and off for a long time. But the ones that, again, don't like it, but they go, it is a chance to reset. Like you get the bad blood out of there. You get rid of, the manager came out over the weekend and was like, yeah, some of the players left early. Like they're just not into it. And like they don't screw around over there, man. They are like, they'll say the thing. Like imagine like, imagine Mike Brown being like, yeah, a bunch of players left early, after the end of the game. And I'll tell you one thing they do over there that's really important that actually I wish we did here. I don't understand. There is no real good excuse. There's no good excuse to not do this over here in every sport. But let's just talk about the NBA, for example. At the end of the game, when let's say you're blowing out, you're blowing the other team out, whatever. Like De'Aaron Fox gets subbed out, with 2 minutes left. Over there, when you get subbed out or at the end of matches, if you're at home, they'll clap off the fans like, hey, thanks for coming out, et cetera, et cetera. If they're on the road, the fans, the road fans are all in a certain section of the stadium. They'll walk over there, win or lose. And they'll clap for them, show their appreciation for how great they've been. Like Domas Sabonis is the type of guy I think that 100%, if it was a thing over here, when he gets subbed out at the end of a game, is gonna, you just kind of clap a couple times and say, "Hey, thanks for supporting us tonight. This is awesome. We really appreciate you." Right. I don't know why they don't. I mean, I know it's just not. It's a cultural thing, but that seems like something that I feel like, why not do that over here? Yeah. So it's a small, and I feel like if somebody in the NBA like started it, I think a lot of other people would follow. It's just somebody's got to do it. It's just probably not cool.
Yeah, but do they have a beam?
Over there?
Yeah. No.
No, they do not currently have one at all. Nope. I mean, come on. Why would they do that? That's over there. Wouldn't work over there to have a beam that lit up after wins. Who would think of that? Who would do that?
Chris says no.
You have to call the Kings and talk to their lawyers, make sure that you weren't violating anything, and come up with a different phrase. You have to get a beam that was the color of the team, for example, 100,000 watts. Yeah, no, dude, no. Nor would there be one next year. Of course not. That would be weird. I don't know how that would. Although, again, it doesn't matter what it is. Also, they're not huge on internet. Like we have fan appreciation. I mentioned this. We have fan appreciation day Friday or Saturday, which is great. It was planned before the year started, and of course, fan appreciation day lands on relegation day. So that went over amazingly. There's 15 prizes, everything from like a PlayStation to a TV to a trip out here to. they're good prizes. And then we also introduced Thunder Sticks. I think I mentioned this last week, or as we call them, or they call them Bam Bam Sticks because I don't know reasons. And so now the first and only time they've ever seen Thunder Sticks is on Relegation Day, which is like an anniversary day they remember forever.
Gross.
And, it's like with Chris, and I'm not, this isn't me insulting Chris because I didn't choose this, and it'll make sense when I finish what I say. Like, one thing Chris doesn't, the great part about him being a fan of his team is like, this is stuff he does not have to worry about. Like, he's going to have his picadillos like, oh, we lost the FA Cup. Oh, we got bounced out. Oh, we didn't win the league. There's disappointments, especially when there's expectations. Relegation is just not something a Manchester City fan is really going to have to worry about anytime soon, if ever. Like, and I will say this, everyone's goal is to get to the Premier League. And I know this isn't so much about soccer, because I know we're talking to a lot of people that are like, soccer. But I will say now, again, having been around it and having rooted for Manchester United growing up, because you had to choose one of like 4 teams.
Right.
But like, it is kind of a crappy setup. And when you really think about it, it is kind of lame. Like, the same teams win it every year. And odds are, if you get promoted, you're getting relegated the next year. Not always. And you have a Leicester City every once in a while, but Leicester City is already, they won it within the last 8 years, Chris?
2016.
Oh, okay. So yeah, 8 years. They already got relegated. Like, they're going to be back up in the Premier League next year, but they already got relegated. They're in the second tier. But if you are not Man City, Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, you're not winning the Premier League.
How many get relegated a year?
3.
And 3 get promoted.
And but like, what's great, and I think it's different in different leagues, I think. But for example, for the second tier league, the one we're in, the Championship, the top 2 get automatically promoted, which is Leicester City, and then almost certainly Ipswich will be the top 2. Then you have like Leeds and 3 other clubs that are 3, 4, 5, 6. They play playoffs, so it'll be 3-6 versus 4-5, winner, and then the winner of that little mini tournament at the end of the year. So there's no playoffs per se, but there's like a tiny playoff to see who the third team to go up, and that's fun because you get some postseason.
Oh, those games are insane.
They are ridiculous. They're insane because it means so much. Like, when you think about the not to get too deep into the weeds here, but going from the champion, when you consider a lot of these clubs are worth in the tens of millions of dollars, some of them mid to low tens of millions. You go up to the Premier League, it's $250 million.
Is there any difference for being the first team in or the third team?
No, not really. No,
no.
You get I think you get a trophy for winning, the championship, but no, it's about promotion. It's about an influx of $250 million and parachute payments, and TV.
But there's
revenue.
no like 4-year promotion. It's a year.
It's 1 year.
Unless you keep winning.
Unless you keep winning. And if I believe if everything shakes out the way it is, I'm pretty sure the 3 teams that were promoted last year are all going to be relegated back down next year. It's not easy to, you get up there and you're starting behind the 8 ball. I mean, you got some of the best players in the world, and you're signing from the scrap heap in a lot of cases. And it's very difficult to stay up. So for every Man City, there's 700 Huddersfield Towns or Coventry Cities or Chef Wednesdays or whatever. Anyways, so there you go. There's your update, everybody, and there you go. We got a lot to get to today. Speaking of getting relegated, the Suns have been relegated to Cancun. Hey, Suns in 4.
They were right.
Still kind of true.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. Also, the draft is over. The draft is over. Who was that? Survivor? The search is over. You were with me.
I think so.
I think it is Survivor.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
It's a fine monster ballad. We'll get to all that. Matt Barrows. They called him Wheel in high school. He's going to join us at 8. Nice to visit with him, and he will talk to us about the Niners end of the draft and so much more. Hey guys, it's a Monday. We got a whole weekend worth of content for you. Sit back, relax, enjoy on YouTube. Just go to Sacktown Sports. Enjoy on the radio and call us 1-800-920-1140. You can text us at 916-339-1140. We're right back with Leading Off next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple. Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Let's do it. Leading off, the three top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number one.
The Timberwolves complete the sweep. They win a playoff series for the first time in 20 years. Minnesota on to the second round.
Totally agree, Jason, with that last part.
Yes.
The Suns. That was them getting swept. Also could have been the little spray gun.
Yeah, that's true.
But I made that. That was my own sound effect. Yeah, they have been swept, Jason. The Suns gone. The Timberwolves. You know, I thought like when you were a young team and all that, like you were supposed to have to figure it out versus like the veterans who, once you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different game, and that's where experience comes in. You have a guy and Kevin Durant has won world championships.
Yeah.
You have a guy Kevin and Devin Booker.
Would you call the Timberwolves a young team though?
I would call them
They're sprinkling. I would some young, some old, right?
Yeah, no.
I mean, Conley that's to me when they got the
Yes.
grown up in the room is when they changed.
I would call them an inexperienced playoff team.
Okay, that's
for the
fair.
most part. And I think young in that way. More young, maybe.
They're not like OKC to me.
No.
But Gobert's been around the block. Certainly Conley forever.
Sure. Yeah, Conley.
And now
like,
Towns is not a young player anymore. I mean, he's not old.
Right. But he's got,
Edwards
7 years, I think?
Yeah.
7 years in the league. And then Anthony Edwards is just the...
Look out. Look out for him.
And they did it. They did it the right way. Look, you and I had a lot of questions. A lot of people had a lot of questions when they made it. Yeah, you did. You certainly did. A lot of people did. You by far weren't the only one wondering, hey, is this whole Twin Towers thing going to work? But really just the emergence of Anthony Edwards makes it look really good too. They put some pieces around him. Naz Reid, I know he's kind of a swear word right now, but look, that's a great piece to put around Edwards, Towns, and Gobert. As you said, Conley is the adult in the room. You watched the game last night. And he's in there kind of coaching. Oh, God, speaking of, scary moment with Chris Finch. And it was weird because as they showed him in you didn't know, Mike Conley kind of barreled, total accident, obviously, it's his player, barreled into Chris Finch on the sideline. Finch went down. He's, I think, 54 years old. Not an old man, but certainly not 24. And it was weird because they showed the slow-mo of him going down, and the look on his face was like annoyance. It's like, I'm falling.
Yeah.
I got to get up. And then next thing you know, I honestly thought he was going to pop right up.
Right.
Next thing you know, they're circling him.
Right, like protecting what you could see him like, wait, what happened?
As soon as they started circling him, it almost always means one of two things. Number one, and you always hope this isn't the case, there is a real medical emergency going on right now, and they don't want anybody to see. I mean, a real life or death, a medical emergency going on. That's number one. Or number two, the person is in so much pain. They're screaming out, they're yelling, they're writhing.
Yeah.
And you don't want that to
like
be
the
seen
legs
either.
pointing the wrong direction. You're like, don't let anybody see that.
Correct. A very visible. So at one point, you saw a couple of the trainers making a fist, almost like if you were at a protest, like that kind of fist, but it wasn't that kind of fist. It was I imagine it was the code for, we may need a stretcher it was some sort of medical signal over to the sidelines. And then you're sitting there watching going, oh my God, like I'm sitting there honest to God. I'm thinking that didn't look terrible. Is he having a heart attack or something? What is going on? I started to get really scared for him. And then you saw him get up. Turns out he has a ruptured patella tendon. Hey, and I'll tell you, as somebody who has ruptured a patella tendon before, generally it will come with a dislocated kneecap.
Mm-hmm.
And I completely get why they were circling him. If he had, I was in 7th grade, he's a grown man, but it's the worst pain I've ever experienced. It is by far the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life. I felt so much more terrible for him because I could empathize, and he's gonna have an off season of recovery.
And then the poor guy had to like walk through like a tiny space between the bench and around the bench, and then through this time. I'm like, let's get the stretcher. Like, it's okay.
He didn't. I guarantee
he
you,
probably didn't want it.
Didn't want it. He probably wanted to stay out there.
Yeah.
But
let's remove some chairs.
Jeez.
Let's get some sort of pathway.
For real, man. Like they made him walk to freaking Glendale. But anyways, who knows? At the beginning of the year, if you'd asked Chris Finch, would you trade a ruptured patella for a top 3 seed and sweeping the Suns, he probably would have taken it. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. Obviously everyone's different. I didn't have to have surgery for mine. Who knows if he will, but they did put me in a cast that immobilized it for a few months. So I bring that up only because if they do the same thing for him, either way, I would expect to see him on the sidelines. He just may be leaning on crutches, for the rest of the. Although, but if they put him in a cast, I walked out of the doctor's office, which I was like, wait, you want me to walk? What? It was like the day after. They had to drain the knee because it will swell up quite a bit, and then they put you in a cast, and it is a walking cast, depending on what happens. So hopefully he's fine. Scary moment though, but if it's going to be scary, have it be that kind of That's not a heart or anything like that. That's not a stroke. That's not it's a sucky injury, but it ain't what it could have been. So thoughts with him, and congratulations to the Wolves.
That's right. First team to move on to round 2.
We will talk much more about them today. Also, we're going to have a lot of conversations about the Suns. And by the way, in both the Wolves case and the Suns case, there are clear conversations that tie directly to the Sacramento Kings. And we will make those conversations happen. Number 2.
Cut number 2.
With the 251st pick in the NFL in the 2024 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Tatum Bethune, linebacker, Florida State.
Okay.
Florida State.
First off, right on. Secondly, I don't know who is reading that, if that's an NFL person or if it's one of those like they bring up like, hey.
It's some kid.
Okay. I'm not laughing at the kid's delivery in the sense that I'm making fun of him. I'm laughing at the kid's delivery because it was the perfect delivery for the 251st pick of the draft, and the perfect reaction from the crowd. You hear like one person in the background, like, woo! They're just
was that the Knicks fans that was at the Kings game?
They're ready to go home.
With the 251st pick in the NFL in the 2024 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Tatum Bethune, linebacker, Florida State.
One person.
With the
it was his,
way in the back.
It was Mrs. Bethune.
Yeah.
Now, just to be clear with the kid, I'm sure it turns out the kid's probably nervous as hell. Good for the kid. But hey, kid, don't worry about it. I'd have read it the same exactly.
Yes.
We will go over their draft a little bit later.
We're actually going over all the picks.
We are, and hey, let's say we grade them all.
Yes.
This guy's going to be great. That one's going to be terrible. There were some questions.
Some terrible picks.
Horrible picks. What is John Lynch thinking?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll here's my you know what? Here's my draft analysis. We'll find out next year.
You mean you can't tell me today with conviction what an offensive guard from Wisconsin's going to do?
I can't believe they reached for the guy that they reached for in the second round. Mel Kiper had him graded as a 4th or 5th rounder.
You don't take a 3-technique D lineman in the with the 8th pick.
What are you doing? I mean, there's obvious ones like drafting Michael Penix Jr. when you just signed a quarterback in Kirk Cousins, but maybe they're doing their thing. I feel really bad for Raider fan. Like I know they're gonna hate that I say this, but I see like some guy like posted their offense or projected offenses like beat that, and I'm looking and I'm like, a lot of people will. They're not I just feel terrible because you go through this every year where you go to the season, you're like, AP's coming back now. He finished pretty well with this. We still got Tay Adams. And, it's like, bro, you're either going with Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell. Josh Jacobs is gone. You weren't a good team to begin with. Like, they're right now, like 7-9, 6-10. And until that kind of sinks in, even in the NFL where anything can happen.
Right.
But then you look at the Raiders, you're like, no, that can't happen. But it is what it is, man. That's what the offseason's for, is people get excited. Number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
One-run game here in the ninth. Full count coming to Kyle McCann. McCann in the air, launch towards right field. It's going back, and Kyle McCann, see you later. Take the lead with one swing. Kyle McCann with the second homer of the year, and you will hear the boos here at Camden Yards.
Slowly hit. Ball game. Well, it wasn't easy. Nice win. Giants go 6-4 on the homestand.
Hey, 6-4 on the homestand. A split with the Yanks to 2-3 from Baltimore. We'll get into that safer out at 6:43. But Jason, over the weekend, baseball happened, and I got to tell you, big effect on what's going on this season. Things have changed.
You better start supporting your soon-to-be maybe northern-ish our area without a first name A's.
You said it, brother.
Sell.
There was we'll have that in there as well. There was a pretty decent contingent of protesters out.
Did they sell?
They did. You know what? Weirdly enough, I think they did. How about that? Breaking news.
It worked.
I that's going to happen a lot, and it's going to happen a lot more next year. Not as much as people think, but it will happen. I really hope that this doesn't turn into I feel like eventually Sacramento fans are going to get tired of it, and then next thing it's going to be Oakland versus Sacramento. And I hope that doesn't happen. Of all the things going on right now, it's not Sacramento or Oakland fans' faults.
Right.
But hey, listen, I think, and if any town can understand what it's like to protest for a team, it would be our town.
Yeah.
So anyways, we'll take a break. When we come back, let's get a playoff update. Joel Embiid makes more people angry. Doc Rivers probably got bailed out. And the Lakers, don't do the autopsy on him just yet. We'll come back with the NBA playoffs next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340.
Celebrate Sacramento Rivercats baseball during our 25th anniversary season. Pick your favorite weekly promotion, giveaway game, or theme night, and join the fun at Sutter Health Park. Stick around post-game every Friday and Saturday night as we light up the sky with the brightest fireworks in town. For a full promotion schedule and to buy tickets, visit rivercats.com. We'll see you there.
You can host the best backyard barbecue. When you find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Thinking of remodeling your home? Say goodbye to endless internet searches and visit Subcontractors United. Find a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in each home service category. From cabinets to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy, with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
Remarkable change begins with daring to be different. Baby, I'm on a mission with Boost Mobile, putting the latest phones in the hands of more people. Introducing the Signature Coach Prime Razor, only from Boost Mobile. Rush to your nearest Boost Mobile retailer and get your Signature Coach Prime Razor on us. Get after it.
When you switch in with ID verification, select plans only. Offer valid 4/19/24 through 5/23/24. While supplies last. Taxes extra. New customers only. Must remain active and in good standing on the $60 a month plan for 6 months to receive all credits. Offer subject to change.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection with Downy Unstoppables in-wash scent beads.
Guys, are you ready to give up because you think you've tried everything and you're still dealing with loss of energy, poor sleep, weight gain, and even ED? Revive Men's Health Sacramento has local medical providers that offer low T and ED treatments customized to each patient's unique physical makeup. By working with a specialized compounding lab, personalized treatments are guaranteed, even when generic pills and supplements haven't worked. It all starts with your free comprehensive exam and consultation. Availability is limited. Book today, and for this month only, Revive offers qualified patients a free 1-month supply of personalized ED medication, plus a free ED treatment producing immediate results. The experts at Revive Men's Health Sacramento will work to provide the right treatment for you so you can show up as the best you in all aspects of your life. Call 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566.
And he changed it like et cetera because it's spelled the same. I always wondered that if he changed it.
I don't know.
He came up as Peter Cetera, and some managers like, see, it's not going to work now. You got to be different.
Yeah, be different like me, the manager, see?
Right. I was going to say your middle name's Ed. That's a really good, and that because it's got a little like the bridge in there actually for. And then I turned back, no.
Yeah.
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 Did I nail it?
You did.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. MC's talking about Boy George. I'm trying to think. Boy George had, but those are more like, I don't know. I feel like there's a difference between the Boy George ballad and Survivor ballad.
Yeah.
Survivor ballad's like,
what was the Boy George ballad?
Well, they had Karma Chameleon, but did they have, did Boy George have a ballad? Also, why wasn't Boy George? Oh, because he was English. Wait, should Boy George have been in We Are the World? No, right?
Wasn't he?
No, Boy George.
He was. Wasn't there like an English one before?
Yeah,
We Are
there
the
was.
World?
Do they know it's Christmas?
I think he was part of that one.
Yeah.
Say Rite Aid, Live Aid.
that famous charity song by the group Rite Aid.
Yeah. Only to be outdone by Walgreens.
Which one's which one is it? I think Rite Aid's the one that does the thrifty ice cream, right?
Yes.
Are there any Rite Aids left anymore?
Yeah. There's one near where I live, as a matter of fact. We'll occasionally get the double chocolate malted crunch ice cream. Maybe there isn't a ballad by Boy George. I mean, I think the Crying Game, that was a kind of a ballad. But anyways, not like these other classic ones. It's not like When the Children Cry by White Lion.
No.
Obviously.
Right. A lot of children crying in Phoenix. How am I supposed to say?
You did.
I'm not wrong. I'm sure there were some little kid Suns fans.
Yeah. Had high hopes.
Yeah.
You busted.
Yeah, dude. And we're going to talk about this at 7. And we're going to talk about this at 7:13. So we'll be repetitive. I don't want to get it out of the way and use all our material from later. But the Suns are in trouble. By the way, Frank Vogel's like almost certainly going to get fired after 1 year because it was his fault.
Yeah. Wait, I thought it was Monty Williams' fault.
No, it was.
But now it's Frank Vogel's fault. Got it.
And coming up at 7 o'clock, and we've alluded to this before, but this is just about as predictable as anything. In fact, here's an idea for people. Sam's not coming on this week. Did we? He is. Oh, that's right. He is. Maybe I'll bring this up to him. He never takes my story ideas, but this is somebody should do this one. I would love to see over the last, let's say, 25 years, I would love to see the record of a team in the first 3 years and then the following 3 years, maybe first 5 and second 5 of new ownership in sports. It is so almost, and by the way, this is one of the better stories because the Suns made the playoffs. But you almost always see it where a new owner comes in and just completely craps the bed. And in the Suns case, man, they're in trouble.
Yeah, they really need to get a championship here in this really small window that's getting tinier now because they are compromised for the future.
They are. And it's kind of tough when you say they need a championship where it's like they literally, not a lie, the Kings won more postseason games than the Suns this year.
I guess, yeah.
They did.
Counting the play-in, sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously.
It is postseason.
Yeah. That's why I said postseason. I didn't say playoffs. I said postseason. And everyone's mad and upset. Here's Devin Booker saying a couple of things.
It's, I don't want to have an X and O conversation with you right now, but, defensive rebounding, offensive rebounding, the most extra possessions you can get, spacing on the floor, you name it, free throw box out. I think the teams that get the most possessions and extra possessions, and I'm thinking back to the finals year, that's what Milwaukee did to us too. They miss a shot and, crash 4 or 5 people and, turn it into, a war in the paint. So, there's a lot of details to the game that go into it. But I've always been saying it all year, communication trumps all. So, and we weren't good with that this year. So
he went on to say, I have to do better. KD's got to do better. Coach has to do better. Bradley Beal has to do better. It's just a rough situation. And honestly, I don't think Bradley Beal has any value. I honestly don't. I was thinking about this a lot last night. I don't think he has any value. Like literally.
Really?
I don't think he has any value. I don't think now could be wrong. What I mean by that is certainly not that Bradley Beal is not a good player. He's a very good player. I mean, they're contract locked. He's still owed, I want to say, is it $200 million? I know he's got a player opt, but it's like he makes more than Fox or Sabonis, I can tell you that much. And that's what I mean by any value he would have had, I think, comes in the from his talent, obviously. Right. But I don't think the talent and age overcome the contract. So when I say no value, I mean, if they were to trade him, they would get players back. But I think I'm not Phoenix. My guess is if somebody approached them and said, we will trade you whoever we deem we want to trade you in exchange for Bradley Beal. We will give you the players that fit, no matter who they are, as long as it got them off the hook for that money. I think the Suns would take the deal.
Yeah.
I don't think they're not going to get talent on talent for Bradley Beal if they tried to move.
Bradley Beal next season is making $50.2 million. Season after, $53.7 million. And the season after that, he has a $57.1 million player option.
I mean, the trade piece, and I don't think they want to do this, would be Booker.
100%. It would 100% be Devin Booker, who has been celebrated, the only remaining piece from that finals team just a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I still remember them going with, what was it, 7-0 in the bubble, I think?
Yeah, that's right.
And
8-0.
8-0, yeah. And then was it the following year they were in the finals, I think? Like,
they've got so many what ifs, like, hey, trade for a 3-and-D guy. Oh, like Bridges that you had? What if they still had Paul and Ayton? Would they be better off?
I would take a team.
Beal.
I would take a team of Paul, Ayton, Booker, and Bridges over what they have right now. And I would say Durant has some value.
Yeah.
I would say that. I would say he has more value than Bradley Beal, but not as much as Booker. And by the way, it's almost like when we do the postmortem on the Lakers here, probably tomorrow. The problem is that, Beal definitely had injury issues, but you're not getting more of a year out of Kevin Durant. Right. You got everything you could hope for out of Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Same thing with Booker. They had, and even yesterday, Jason, you look at their performance.
Yeah, those two guys were great.
They were wonderful.
Yeah.
They were okay. You can't point to that. It's just what we've kind of talked about before. They just don't have any sort of depth or cohesion. The Suns and the Timberwolves both played the same amount of players. They played 8. They both have the same exact rotation numerically, but the difference is the Timberwolves are coming off the bench with Kyle Anderson, Naz Reid, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who are playing 17, 20, and 31 minutes respectively. The Suns are coming with Josh Okogie, Nasir Little, and Eric Gordon, which is fine on the surface. Gordon gave him 39, but you're getting 14 minutes and 7 minutes out of Okogie and Little, and they all combined for 10 points.
Right.
You're relying way too much. 49 and 33, Jason. 49 points for Booker. 33 for Kevin Durant. Both efficient, both good. Booker 20-21 from the line. But here's the problem. 9 from Beal. 9 from Nurkic. 6 from Royce O'Neal. You got a combined 24 points out of your other 3 starters. As a matter of fact, let me do the math here. 28, 34. I mean, not only did Booker and Durant outscore the rest of the team significantly, but they had almost exactly 2 guys.
You never know how things will go when someone's put on another team, but I know there were a lot of people upset that the Kings didn't get Royce O'Neal and that how could you let him go to Phoenix?
Well, there it is.
He did.
By the way, my math is off in this aspect. I said almost half the points. I'm sorry. They had 82 of the Suns' 116 points.
Yeah, way more than that.
Yeah, that's interesting. We'll take a break. When we come back, safe or out, the A's split with the Yanks. There was a little protest up here, and finally, it looks like baseball is listening to people for a change, or at least their players. We'll talk about that. We'll get to more playoffs a little bit later next on Sacktown Sports.
Kevin Herter plays here.
It's Herter. He's been hot. He fires. He's still hot. Kevin Herter from downtown has a 15-point first quarter.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. Lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% on your choice of any 3 or more A.O. Smith water heaters. Plus, get an extra 5% off every day on eligible purchases when you use your Lowe's business credit card. Get low prices on the materials you need today because Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. 5% offer subject to credit approval. Exclusions and terms apply. See store at Lowe's.com/credit for details. U.S. only.
ZZ Top, the Elevation Tour. Friday, May 3rd, 7:30 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley with special guest Foghat. ZZ Top playing all their classic hits. The venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how an injury can turn anyone's life upside down. Whether it's a slip and fall, a car accident, or any other kind of injury. For almost 50 years, the Arnold Law Firm has been here to help you through the entire process to protect you and your family. If you are ever injured or in an accident, call the Arnold Law Firm. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777. That's 916-777-7777.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
I'm surprised at how many players wait too long to have their golf clubs regripped. I'll pick up my playing partner's clubs when they're left near the green, and that's when I notice that some of the problems in their games could be attributed to worn golf grips. If yours are shiny or worn when you play, you're probably gripping the club too strongly for fear of losing it during a swing. The golf grip is your connection to the club, and fresh grips let you hold the club lightly, promoting proper swing mechanics and swing action. Many of us simply replace the grips with the same product that was on the club, but with so many different types of materials, colors, tackiness, softness, and more, you'll find plenty of sizes and colors to fit your game and your personality. Your local pro shop or club fitter can re-grip your clubs, or you can purchase a kit and do it yourself. Either way, re-gripping once a year is an inexpensive and fast way to bring a noticeable change to your game and to give your clubs that new club feel. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
Kevin Lewis with National Garage Door, reminding you that in Sacramento, National Garage Door is the king of garage doors. We service, sell, and install garage doors and openers. Call us today for your basketball special. A new 16x7 Rainer garage door with insulation and a belt drive opener for only $24.49 installed. Give us a call today, 916-638-4554.
638-4554 National Garage Door. Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings.
It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Shout out real quick to loyal listener Michael.
Yeah, big time.
Who is driving through LA, hopefully hands on 10 and 2.
Gross.
Yes, LA is gross. And was listening to this.
It's almost like when we do the postmortem on the Lakers here probably tomorrow. The problem is that, Beal's definitely
sounds like us.
It is.
Yeah, he panned the camera to show the sights and sounds of LA.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the question he asked, which is, did we upgrade our antenna or something? I'll tell you this much. I don't understand anything about how antennas work. I don't. But I know this. Is there something where because I've driven to LA before, and I feel like right when I get there, I can still hear 1140 sometimes, and then it goes away. So is there some sort of sticky signal thing that sticks to your antenna and then goes away as you are gone further? Because that's happened to me before where I could get us down there years and years ago.
Okay.
Strangely enough, Dave, you're 100% correct. That's exactly how it works.
Sticky stuff it's like the sticky signal that sticks to your antenna and then it just kind of wears it like the wind blows it off. Yeah, that makes total sense. Safe or out? Question 1, please.
The A's split with the Yankees and took 2 of 3 from Baltimore. Safe or out? This will be their best road trip of the season.
I mean, based on where you still think they're going to be, I'd say safe. I hope not. I hope it's out. We're still, incredibly early into the season, but you're going to be hard pressed to. Now they did get swept by Cleveland, but you're going to be hard pressed to do better. You just went to Yankee Stadium and split with them, and then took 2 of 3. You just basically went 4-3 on the road against arguably the 2 best teams, 2 of the 3 best teams in baseball. That's a pretty impressive little stint for the A's. Admit.
Their schedule's been really tough. They've had all these good teams that they've played, and they've done pretty well against it. I saw a thing over the weekend, I think, where I don't know how many wins they have now, 12 maybe, but they had the 11th win last year, like late May.
Yeah.
So they're way ahead of last year's pace. And the longer you do that, the more you start to believe that you've got something. So their division isn't that great, but, good for them to do what they're doing. It's surprised a lot of people, and they haven't really gotten into the division games.
12-17, Jason, are the Oakland A's. Currently, they are in 3rd. Just 3.5 out from the first place Seattle Mariners.
But more people thought they'd be. What's the White Sox record?
The White Sox are 6-22.
Yeah, like that.
The Marlins are 6-23, and the Rockies are 7-21. Not even close to last place.
Right.
That's right. Those rockin' A's. Number 2, please.
Over the weekend, A's fans took to the Rivercats game to protest the move next year. Safe or out, Sacramento fans will need to get used to this.
That's a big safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're going to have to get used to it. Look, you're housing a relocating team next season and for the seasons after that. And I can't speak to how year 2 or year 3 will be, but look, this is a very organized, well put together group of fans. And it kind of doubles up in the sense that next year, is there going to be part of it that they secretly just kind of still want to see their A's, but don't want to say they're putting money in John Fisher's pocket? So, hey, they're going to do, I think, what A's fans in Sacramento did going to the Coliseum for so many years. They're going to come up here, and it's kind of you can kind of cleanse your ethical palate, if you will, by coming up here to protest. And, oh, by the way, there's our A's. I think that's a good way to, I'm not saying that's why they're doing it. I'm saying maybe subconsciously it's a left brain hip check.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Well, the why is what? To get attention. It did.
Yes.
And that did get attention. Now, what does it do? I mean, the Cell group has been out there. They shouldn't lose. Like, if that's still what they believe, you got to stay with it. You can't, say like, well, nobody heard it. No, people heard you.
They heard you.
It's been heard. It's been mentioned. It's been talked about.
Got on the news.
Yeah. So that group needs to keep doing that for sure. And the question is, Sacramento fans should they should get used to it.
Very much
It's
so.
going to keep happening.
It's going to keep happening. And them's the breaks, guys.
Yep.
Number 3, please.
Looks like baseball will finally address and fix the jersey situation. Safe or out, baseball jerseys rank 3rd behind NFL and NBA jerseys.
I think they do. I would say safe. I don't mind a good baseball jersey. I just find that maybe it's just me personally. Like I think football is the best of the 3. Hockey's fantastic. No lie there. Hockey sweater.
I mean, I think soccer is.
Do you really though?
Mm-hmm.
I don't,
because they're always changing.
That's part of the problem. It's a money suck.
Well, and all jerseys now changing all the time.
I just don't like they're they're fine, but basketball jerseys are great if you're wearing a shirt underneath.
I was going to say basketball jerseys just in general, I think, are the worst for the common people.
Yes.
If I could put it in a broad sense.
Yes.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go.
But I baseball, it's just because they're like the button up thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you wear it unbuttoned with a shirt underneath? Do you button it up? They're kind of that weird material.
You unbutton it all and no shirt underneath.
That's usually how I go. We'll
a person that's dressed like that is looking for problems.
That is 100. You see somebody roll. Odds are, if you see somebody rolling up without a shirt underneath their baseball jersey and an unbuttoned, or you see somebody in a basketball jersey with no shirt under that, generally they're going to be double fisting beers. Not always. Generally they're going to be double fisting beers. And then football fan, you just can't ever tell. Hockey fan, they're just always like, hey, let's go.
Hockey fight
everywhere. And then you got to pull the jersey over their heads. It's a whole thing. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, the sad story of the Phoenix Suns, including what Kevin Durant.
So sad.
You saw Anthony Edwards Edwards, just talking all kinds of garbage during the series. Kevin Durant was asked about Anthony Edwards. We have that clip. In the end, the young Wolves, I should say, they just had too much for the Suns. We'll talk about that. That young, youthful energy. Are you going to get that from the Suns at that age? I don't know. Maybe if they switch to all electric, which is something we're trying to get them to do with my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Good morning, everybody. Carmichael Dave here. Let's talk about my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Let's talk about $9,000. $9,000 in rebates that they're going to help you get just simply by switching to an all-electric system. Why do you want to deal with all those stupid go up and down, up and down, up and down PG&E and SMUD bills? Why? Don't do it. Don't do that to yourself. We're offering you a way out. And with summertime coming up, right around the corner, we're going to have high 70s, low 80s this week. Well, pretty soon it's going to be high 90s, low 100s. Don't wait till then when everything's packed. Switch to electric now. Save big. Get up to $9,000 in rebates with a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. Let American Energy perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. They're the best. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. The sad story of the Phoenix Suns and why it feels good to be a Sacramento Kings fan. We'll do that next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SacktownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and The Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Welcome to the start of a new work and school week. Monday forecast will include plenty of sunshine, a steady north wind this afternoon, and highs will peak today in the upper 70s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
Oh, honey, it's our favorite leaf filter trusted pro, Matt. Matt, come in.
Hi, Mrs. Sparks. You wanted me to stop by? Is everything okay with your leaf filter gutter protection system?
Okay, of course, silly. We wanted you to stop by for dinner as our way of thanking you.
Yes, to thank you for that free gutter inspection, the free estimate, and what was the other thing?
That lifetime guarantee.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Sparks, those are just Leaf Filter's policies. Everyone who calls Leaf Filter gets a trusted pro to come out for a free gutter inspection and estimate. And every Leaf Filter installation comes with a lifetime guarantee.
So it's not just us?
No, sir. We don't want anyone to worry about clogged gutters ever again.
You mean everyone gets this level of service?
Everyone. They just need to visit leaffilter.com/build to schedule their free inspection.
Okay, but you must be starving. You work so hard.
Ready to love your gutter protection as much as we do? Visit leaffilter.com/build and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Celebrate Sacramento Rivercats baseball during our 25th anniversary season. Pick your favorite weekly promotion, giveaway game, or theme night, and join the fun at Sutter Health Park. Stick around post-game every Friday and Saturday night as we light up the sky with the brightest fireworks in town. For a full promotion schedule and to buy tickets, visit rivercats.com. We'll see you there.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the network made for streaming. Well, the legend of Mason Miller keeps growing, and what a place to showcase his talents than Yankee Stadium. After the elbow injury last year, Miller has made the transition this year in a big way from starting to relieving. His 8 fastballs in the first game of the series averaged 102 miles an hour, including 102.5 to strike out Aaron Judge to end the game.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Guys, are you still dealing with loss of energy, poor sleep, weight gain, and even ED? Revive Men's Health Sacramento offers guaranteed low T and ED treatments. And this month only, qualified patients get a free 1-month supply of personalized ED medication, plus a free ED treatment producing immediate results. Availability is limited. Book your free exam and consultation today. Call 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339.
They had injury issues, but you're not getting more of a year out of Durant.
That's what I was trying to do. At first, I thought it was you, Chris. Hey, Chris, do you think this is a good song for? Do you think this is a good song for a team to come out to in soccer? This is on our list for next year of songs that might have them pop out to. I personally don't think I'm not sold on it, but teams coming out of the tunnel that this plays.
Oh, the song that we were just playing?
Du hast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, it's fine. Wasn't bad.
I think we're down to it's that Sabotage by the Beastie Boys or Enter Sandman, I think. I tried One Vision by Queen. Nobody wanted it again. Nobody ever wants One Vision by Queen, damn it. One of these days, someday when I'm older, I'm gonna buy some 12th league team and just make One Vision their open.
What about that Survivor song, the ballad?
The search is over?
Yes.
That'd be depressing.
Play Kasabian. They're big over there.
Play who?
Kasabian.
Kasabian?
Yeah.
Isn't that the guy who just quit Alabama?
No, he's the former Giants general manager.
Oh, Brian Kasabian.
Brian Kasabian.
Here's Kevin Durant. Now, you saw during the Suns-Wolves series, you saw Anthony Edwards being quite demonstrative. And in one exchange, I think it was game 3, or maybe game 2, he was yammering with Kevin Durant. Durant's just laughing. So KD was asked about Anthony Edwards after the game.
Kevin, Ant was saying that he's looking forward to playing with you at the Olympics. What have you thought about his growth in the leap and his performance in the series?
So impressed with Ant. My favorite player to watch. Just grown so much since he came into the league at 22. Just his love for the game just shines bright, and that's something that's one of the reasons why I like him the most, because he just loves basketball. He's grateful to be in this position. He's taking advantage of every opportunity he's gotten. Love everything about Ant, everything, and be watching him going forward. And he's going to go out there and play extremely hard every single night. But was really impressed with him. And it's going to be somebody I'm following for the rest of his career.
He had you hurt his ankle yesterday. You'll have to monitor that, but they're going to have some time off. He had a dunk. I wouldn't say it was on Durant, but Durant was kind of in the vicinity.
Yeah, because that's the way it was even labeled. Like, look at him get Durant. I'm like,
nah,
but
really.
Whatever. It was
Definitely
still impressive.
Yes, definitely a business decision by Durant. Yeah. And then he also had a great block. He had that block earlier this year. He had the block of the year, I think, as well earlier in the season. He's fun to watch. He's brash. He's always had a kind of we talk a lot about charisma, and he has his charisma is falling out of his pockets. Here he was earlier in his career on Alex Rodriguez. This is a guy that grew up playing baseball, and probably should know who that is.
A fan at all growing up or anything like that? What you think about what he might bring to the team?
Alex Rodriguez.
A fan? Who is he? The baseball player, Alex Rodriguez?
Yeah, no, I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Well, honest. I don't know.
I don't know who the heck it is. I do remember I think it was right after he was drafted. He was doing an interview with somebody, and was basically like, yeah, if I went and played baseball, I'd be an all-star. If I went to, if I was at football, I'd be an all-star. He does not lack confidence in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. And you got to love that. And good for the Timberwolves, who really, other than the Kings, and some would even argue, even though the Kings got him by a year, when you look at the last, since the T-Wolves were brought into the league, they actually have a worse time of it in the postseason than the Kings do. Right. You could at least say the Kings had that one run in 2002. And yeah, they had some good times with KG, but they've actually had less overall postseason success in this millennium than the Sacramento Kings. So it's good to see them do their thing. I tip of the cap. Now we go to the Suns. This is, once again, Matt Ishbia comes in, the guy who made his billions in the mortgage industry and literally mortgaged the future of the Suns. They have their pick this year they can trade on draft day. And then I think they have a 2030 pick they can trade. All their second-round picks are gone. In the Stepien rule does not apply for second-round picks. Stepien rule meaning you can't trade 2 years in a row of a pick. That's first round. Second round, I think it's like 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, plus some pick swaps in there as well. It's not just the second-round picks gone, and it's not just the first-round picks are gone. It's those pick swaps, because even if the Suns want to rebuild, trade off some assets, clear that cap space. As of right now, Jason, based on contracts staying and going, they have the highest payroll in the NBA next year on the books right now. Even if they want to rebuild, well, they're hamstrung because you're dealing with teams that can swap out for you. They really went all in on this team. And yes, you can have some creativity, and who knows who will develop and who won't. And I don't want to write off them right now completely, but You can look on one hand, Jason, super teams, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's LeBron's Heatles or whomever it is, it usually will take them more than a year to do their thing. But I just don't know what changes with this team next year.
Yeah, I mean, and I would say they were relatively healthy. I mean, there were some games Bradley Beal missed during the regular season, but I think this was less about their seeding. I think it was, did you believe that they could win it? And I didn't. So in 2 years of this, since they've kind of added Durant and they've had Booker, and obviously Booker since they drafted him, moved on with Beal here, they finished last year? 4th in a first round. They got out of the first round and lost in the second round.
Yes.
And this year, a 6th seed that they kind of got at the very end, which they still got, and a first round exit and actually a sweep. So their contracts are in trouble. Their assets are gone, and they just didn't get enough, I don't think, for what they did trade. Like for Ayton as a former number one pick.
Yeah.
Will they get Nurkic?
Nurkic and something else.
And Nasir Little, I think.
Uh-huh.
For Chris Paul, helped get him Bradley Beal, which is significant. But I just wonder if they had stuck with that or didn't do Durant and kept Bridges and Cam Johnson, would they have been better off? There's just a lot of what ifs with that team.
Let me ask you this. Just thinking out loud here. The Sacramento Kings call up the Phoenix Suns, and they'd have to do some maneuverations to make this happen, but they offer up Keegan Murray, and then you'd have to fill. So let's say Harrison Barnes and Kevin Huerter, and 3 first-round draft picks for Devin Booker. You think even a conversation happens? By the way, I'm not advocating the Kings necessarily do that.
Which side are you asking is a conversation happen? Phoenix?
I'm saying if the Kings if they called up. Can we agree that Devin Booker is the best asset on that team?
Yeah.
Age, contract
production.
And a Fox Booker backcourt would be insane.
Mm-hmm.
You're hurting a little bit defensively. You also just gutted your wings. I mean, I
think so. I think a conversation's happening.
Okay, I agree. I think Phoenix listens. Here's the problem, though. If you're the Kings, is Fox, Booker, Sabonis, and God knows what you do at the 3 and 4 now? Is that getting you a title?
Well, the other one's not.
No,
or hasn't. Doesn't mean it can't eventually, but I think you're closer.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what we could pick off of the Suns because I'm selfish.
Yeah.
I don't think Durant does it. I mean, Durant at the 3-4 would be great. But I think you actually have to give something up. And I want to trade Keegan Murray honestly, this is going to sound funny and like I'm way overrating him, but just for a number of reasons. If the Suns called up and said, we'll give you Durant straight up for Keegan Murray, I'd say no if I was the Kings. And not because Durant isn't better than Keegan Murray. Believe me, I get it. But you're getting a guy who is far older.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust the games he played, but most importantly, your salary locked now. Like you're going from whatever the 7-8 million Keegan's making to 50 plus with Durant.
You're saying that is enough if you do that, like to win it.
What, Durant on this team?
Yeah, that's what, if you do it, is what you're saying. It's like, because you have no other freedom.
If you do this, it has to be enough.
Right.
You have to be able to
kind of the spot Phoenix is in.
That's exactly
They're
right.
doing this thinking that we got a championship team.
And I don't think I don't think Fox and let's say Fox and Monk, just for funsies. Fox and Huerter. Fox and Keon.
Right.
I don't know that Fox, whoever, Murray, Durant, and Sabonis, even if you didn't have to trade Murray. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's really, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If the Kings are going to make a big swing at all, this is the summer to probably do it.
Yeah.
Between the Lakers, between the Suns, Philly's got all their players pretty much free agents or something like that. You've got a lot of distressed assets out there that are going to be available at a value. But the problem is I look at the Phoenix thing and I go, well, obviously all 3 of those guys, even Beal, would help on spec. I just don't know how you make it work based on what you have to give up. And trying to fit into the cap.
Right.
So it's very interesting. In the meantime, and we'll talk about this again in 3 for Madness. We'll finish up with the Suns, but it is a bad situation for Phoenix to be in right now. You want to talk about going from sucking to the finals, and now they're in as bad a position as they've been since they've sucked. Almost worse, though, because you can't rebuild with this thing, man. You're stuck. So good job, Matt Ishbia. New owners never fails. Fall on their faces. Minute 30 is this break, so you have barely enough time to go refill your coffee mug or whatever. Come back, hang out. 3 for Madness. Who would you rather be? Phoenix or, as I wrote it, Sacramento? We'll talk about that next.
Harrison Barnes plays here.
Harrison Barnes drives it, hammers it. The Black Falcon soaring into the night sky on a Monday evening in Northern California.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Were you recently in a car accident? Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Turn to the experts at Gonzalez Law. Our team specializes in car accident cases, wrongful termination, and criminal defense, fighting tirelessly to get you the compensation and justice you deserve. With years of experience and a track record of success, we don't settle for less, and neither should you. Visit SACLegalDefense.com or call 916-304-9187 for a free consultation. Gonzalez Law, your advocate in the fight for justice.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
It's a good question. Somebody asked on social media just now with that guy sending us the video, listening to us in the middle of the city of Los Angeles. Is it possible the radio antenna went to UpsizeMatters.com?
More girth?
More girth. We have a girthier antenna. That's a well thought out thing, and I will ask.
Yeah. You'll ask the antenna?
Well, the antenna might want to keep it to
That's true.
his self, and I don't know. I will not gender our antenna. I will ask, and I'll come back to you with
not a mantenna.
3 for Madness.
That's name's Ann.
3 for that is true. Antenna. Or is it Ant? Like Anna? Anthony, like Aunt Edwards. Antenna.
Oh, it's my Aunt Anna.
Oh, it's my Aunt Anna. That actually sounds expired. Too many ants. 3 for Madness. We're stupid. Question 1.
Who would you rather be right now? Phoenix or Sacramento?
It says Sacramento. With absolutely no hesitation whatsoever. I'd rather be Sacramento. Now, I know that sounds kind of stupid. Hey, Phoenix had a better record. Barely. Phoenix made the playoffs.
Did they peak at that win here on that Friday night?
I think so. Doesn't help that Phoenix just got swept and New Orleans is about to get swept either, by the way. Just does not help as a Kings fan. But they had almost the exact same record. And Sacramento, look, if Monty McNair wanted to rebuild, if he wanted to say, you know what, fail fast, this ain't working, we're going to have a ceiling, got to rebuild. Fox has trade value. Sabonis has trade value. Keegan has trade value. There's one pick that hasn't conveyed to Atlanta. All the picks are available, first and seconds. Monty McNair, if he wanted to go Sam Presti and just shut this team down and build it for the future, could 100% do that. And for that reason, on top of the fact that there's really not, I mean, you're talking, what did they finish, a game or 2 apart?
Yeah.
You're not talking about, I mean, it was the last week of the season. They finished, 3 games apart, excuse me. You came down to that last one, though, where if it wasn't for the Kings falling apart at the end, they were as good or better than the Suns all year. I'd much rather be in the Kings spot.
I would too. And, I think, there's certainly the future looks brighter for the Kings because of what you just said. They've got more lanes. They have a lot of avenues they could possibly go, no matter what, they're not cap tied really that badly.
Right.
Their contracts are all movable if need be. Where Phoenix, I would say their present is better, but is it that much? I mean, they are a championship or bust team, and so they busted again this year. And I think all they can do is run it back. I mean, that's all they can.
That's
really
all they can do.
And they hope to be a version of what Dallas is. And it's like, or the Clippers. It's like, yeah, they ran it back. Or the Lakers, they ran it back for the most part. And they're all championship or bust kind of teams. And you can tweak a little bit. Maybe you have a better record, but at the end, you got to get through the playoff gauntlet. And I don't think Phoenix can.
75 games for Kevin Durant at an average of 37.2 minutes per. 68 games for Devin Booker at an average of 36. Even Bradley Beal, 53 games. That was the big one. Missed 29 games at an average of 33.3. You know, they just re-up. We forgot about Grayson Allen. That was a big loss, you know, his injury. But you're not getting more than 75 games and 37 minutes out of Kevin Durant. I would be shocked if both of those weren't highest for the rest of his career. So yeah, they got issues. Number 2.
Question 2.
Are you happy for the Wolves considering how terrible they've been playoff-wise?
We just talked about this, but yeah, I am. I'm not a Wolves fan, of course, but they're a youngish. I guess when I think of Ant Edwards, they're young, but they're the right way. I like Chris Finch. He's a good coach. Remember, there was a lot of crap when they hired Chris Finch. Remember that whole thing where they grabbed him off Toronto's bench, and it was like, well, there's other guys here that I think Adrian Griffin was actually on the. I think it's been a who is it? It's not Garrison Rosas, although I think he was part of that. It's who's is it Sachin Gupta up there in Minnesota? I can't remember.
I feel like both names sound familiar.
Yeah, they're doing a good job.
But is he injury prone?
Chris Finch. Yeah, that's true. Tim Connolly, excuse me. That's right. They just grabbed Tim Connolly. I want to say this year, but a lot of the work that has been done there was done by that. And Tim Connolly is one of the best GMs in the whole thing. I want to say, wasn't he?
He was with Utah, right?
I thought it was Denver. Isn't he the architect? Am I tripping? I thought Tim Connolly was the architect. Yeah, he was. He was the Denver Nuggets GM. He replaced Masai Ujiri in 2013. He won the Executive of the Year in 2020. 2021, he brought over Aaron Gordon. He's the one that I believe he drafted Nikola Jokic. So yeah, that's gonna be a nice thing on your
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I'm and good for them and good for that town. Look, I lived in St. Paul for a little over a year, and it wasn't my favorite place to live. I won't lie, just because a lot of the weather. But that's a really good sports town. It really is a very good sports town, and there hasn't been a lot of luck.
Not with that team, not with that organization. Really, all their sports.
All of them.
Yeah.
The Twins haven't been, title contenders really since Kirby Puckett, rest his soul. And the Vikings have had their ups and downs, mostly downs, and Gary Anderson misses. Good for them. Good for them getting some relevant basketball there, Jim.
Yeah, and now they just need to keep it going, right? They're moving on. It's likely going to be Denver next.
Yeah.
Likely, right? I can't imagine Lakers coming from 3-0 back, but that'll be a good series.
So what would that be? That would be Minnesota, Denver, and the winner of Dallas Clippers versus OKC?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I'm assuming OKC wins, but yeah, that's a pretty safe assumption.
Interesting. So if the Clippers win that series, well, they'd have to win this one too.
Yeah, this was always the woulda, shoulda, coulda to me for the Kings. Like, again, I think they would have done well against OKC. Doesn't matter.
I hear you.
And then it would have been Dallas Clippers. Like, their road was actually pretty nice.
It kind of was.
They didn't get there.
Are you saying it should have been Kings and Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I am saying that. Anything less disappointing.
Yeah.
Was the season a failure? It was. Now it was.
Yeah. Now we figured it out.
Number 3.
Question 3.
Do the injuries in Milwaukee bail out Doc Rivers?
Yes. Kind of. They will. I don't. Sam came on last week, and I asked him, "Hey, is Doc going to be on the hot seat? On the hot seat?" And he straight up was like, "No, he won't be." And he was right. Of course, he's right. Doc's got a lot of reputation coach rebuilding to do, coach reputational rebuild, if you will. It will be interesting. I'll say this. It's not his fault. Well, I mean, actually, it's kind of his fault that they fired Adrian Griffin. They talked to him. He kind of backdoored his way in there. And this has not been a great year. It's not his fault that Giannis and Lillard are injured. But look, man, the Pacers beat him 4 out of 5 this year already. So, yeah, maybe he's bailed out now. But if he ain't on the hot seat coming out of the box next year, then I'm leaving show business.
I think there's a lot of spots here where the decision makers in Milwaukee also don't want to look bad.
Yeah.
And so they might go, well, we brought him in mid-season. We did have injuries. Let's give him a whole season, off season. But you're right. Hot seat, it started, I think, already for him. But I think he's safe. Injuries might help. The series still isn't over, but they need to get those guys back. And, you know, even that, like, there was parts of that game yesterday, I'm like, even when Portis got ejected, I'm like, man, they're still hanging with Indiana. And then by the end, Indiana just dismissed them.
Yeah, had they beaten Indiana yesterday, that would have been insane.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you don't have Giannis and Dame.
Right.
That's an issue. We'll take a break. And that's good analysis. If you don't have Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard, that's a problem. This is the only place you're finding that kind of analysis.
Take.
Frankie, Brendan, you should learn from that. When we come back, let's continue our reviews. We're almost wrapped up. We just have 2 to go, really. Let's get to Domantas Sabonis. We'll get to De'Aaron Fox when we have time. We've got audio from his exit interviews. And let's talk about the season that he had. This is going to be I've been waiting for this one. Sabonis' year in review coming up next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Welcome to the start of a new work and school week. Monday forecast will include plenty of sunshine, a steady north wind this afternoon, and highs will peak today in the upper 70s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Once upon a time, you could get a heater tune-up or an air conditioner tune-up for just $59, or both for $89. Not too hot, not too cold, just right.
I thought you were going to read me a bedtime story.
Go to sleep now. Bonnie.com. License 696355.
When you hear the words, the whole store is on sale, if you're like me, you're thinking, this is worth my attention. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word or two about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Right now, Naturewood's whole store is on sale during their exceptional home sale. Now your mind is probably doing backflips trying to decide where to start. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Or maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, or accents and accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide home sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stickley, Artisan Home, Stanton, Flex Steel, Omnia, and all the rest of our award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable home sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how an injury can turn anyone's life upside down. Whether it's a slip and fall, a car accident, or any other kind of injury. For almost 50 years, the Arnold Law Firm has been here to help you through the entire process to protect you and your family. If you are ever injured or in an accident, call the Arnold Law Firm. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777. That's 916-777-7777.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I was in our research den just to kind of put a cap on the Minnesota conversation, just to remember what happened. The Timberwolves traded for Rudy Gobert, Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverley, Leandro Bolmaro, what ended up being Walker Kessler, the 22 pick in the 22 draft, Jared Vanderbilt, a 23 first-round pick, a 25 first-round pick, a 27 first-round pick, and a 29 first-round pick.
Yikes.
Along with a pick swap in 26. So it's interesting how history, the victors and all that saying whatever the hell that is. But we're talking about the Suns and what they've mortgaged. Good thing the Timberwolves are doing well, because that's quite the swing.
And we say well because of getting through the first round.
Sure.
But, if it ends next round, then
you're right. You're right.
Next year you get here. Their thought, I know I would think this way if I was there, like, hey, next year maybe a 2 seed, a 1 seed, and get further. Sure.
Yeah.
That's the thought. But much like the Kings, a 3 seed and probably finish higher. The Suns were a 4 seed last year, finished lower and are out in the first round.
Yeah.
No guarantees to any of this.
They got a top 3 seed, number 3 seed, just in that crazy, fight between the three of them, and Minnesota losing. No, they lost to somebody dumb, didn't they? On the last, I thought I remember they lost. It was a really silly loss.
Phoenix.
Was it Phoenix at the final game of the year?
I believe so.
God, is that right? And then they just went and sweat. That's very New Orleans. Yeah, you're right. They lost at home, 125-106. Maybe they knew what they were doing. Maybe they tanked that last game to get Phoenix. And then who did we say? They go up against Denver next. Ugh, okay, maybe they didn't. Domantas Sabonis. What a year for Domantas Sabonis. We'll get to his stats in a second. But when asked to assess the season, might have been a little too early for Domas.
Definitely, yeah. It's hard to assess right now. I was talking to some of the guys, like, it wasn't a bad season. We were always up on a good note, on a high. Like usually when you don't make the playoffs, you have a losing record or you're almost at 500. So it definitely didn't feel that this way. So the fact that we're not in the postseason is definitely hard to swallow right now. So I can't really answer that.
Okay. How about what he's gonna work on? Let's see. Okay. Got some work to do in the offseason.
Like I say, it's always a bit of everything. My overall game, I feel like through the offense, I kind of have to have a threat everywhere on the court, since I'm getting played through, on the elbow and situation like that. But knowing Doug, he already has a whole book written for me, and we got to go over it now. And he's very creative, and we're gonna get to work straight away.
I think his entire summer I'm like 90% not joking here. His entire summer. Doesn't need to do conditioning. Like, he's in great shape. Take care of the body. Rest up. He took a beating this year. His entire summer should be mid-range shots and free throws. That's it. That's all I need. And continue to work on the three. Look, his percentage was great. If he can just, that might be a thing. I will take you, Jason, to maybe the greatest example I actually think it is the greatest example in history, the Brook Lopez example. When you looked at Brook Lopez's career, there's a 7'1" center who, in his first 8 seasons. Now, he played 82 games, for example, his first 3 years. This isn't the guy that was riding the bench. Jason, his first 8 seasons, he did not make a three-point shot. He was 0 of 7. He made 1 in his 9th season. He made 2 in his 10th season. Wow. So let me just recap here real quick. Brook Lopez was 3 of 31 from 3.
His first 10 seasons.
In his first 10 seasons. And I guarantee you, quite a few of those 31s were end of the quarter, end of the shot clock. He was 2 of 14 from 3 with Brooklyn in 2015-2016. The next season, he was 134 out of 387 from beyond the arc. He made 134, 112, 187, 102, 95. He missed some time there. 136 in this last year, 148. So when you consider in his first 10 years, he made 3 3-pointers, Jason. Since then, in 2, 4, 6, 8 years, he's made 936.
Wow.
There's no crazier example in the history of the NBA than Brook Lopez and 3-pointers. Obviously, just because Brook did it, you can't say Domas can do it.
Right.
Certainly not that prolifically. But my God, if he could add 50 made threes, just enough to keep defenses honest, that opens up a whole new world of offense for the Kings.
And for him.
Right?
Yeah, I think there's still, the good thing is he will work hard.
Yes.
I believe in that. And I think there is more still for his game to develop. And that's an exciting thing. I don't think he's, even as great of an individual season that he had, I don't think he's reached the ceiling.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. 82 games this year, 79 last year, even with the broken hand. In case you're wondering, by the way, he made 33 3-pointers this year, 33 of 80. That seems high. I don't remember him making 33 3-pointers this year, but he did. 33 of 87. That's a 38% clip. That's just fine. You're sniffing 40% from 3. You're doing quite well. So, yeah, that would add, maybe I said 50. All right, let's go 75, Domas. Let's make the goal next year.
Almost won a game.
75. That's it. Not even won a game. Yeah. 75 threes from you, Domas, and we'll count it good. That's what I need out of you. As far as what's going to surround Domantas Sabonis next year, he talked quite openly, actually, about Monty and Wes Wilcox and what they're going to do or not do.
Oh, yeah, of course. Monty and Wes have always been really open with me and including me in some big decisions, which I appreciate, and hopefully it keeps moving forward that way, and we have a big summer coming up.
It's an interesting comment. You don't often hear players say that, especially on good teams, above 500 teams. Because when you say, hopefully we have a big summer, and I know this isn't how he meant it, but there's no other way around it. If the Kings have a big summer, that means significant amounts of people on this team will likely leave. And generally, guys are going to say, I won't play with who came here. But I think Domas and they all understand that without naming names, this team needs more.
Yeah. And that part of that big summer could also just be retaining Malik Monk.
That's right.
Not just, but part of it too.
Well, he was asked about Malik Monk.
Malik's future obviously is a big focal point right now. How important has he been? And do you approach him? Do you say anything just about how much you guys would love to keep him
trying
around?
every day, since the beginning of training camp. Obviously he knows how what I think of him and how much I care about him. So yeah, hopefully we would love to have him back.
Do you think it would circumvent the salary cap? There's got to be a rule about this, right? But like, let me think how I do this. This is like super stupid. I just want to know what the rule is. Let's say Domas, like the max the Kings could give Malik is 478, right? So what if Domantas Sabonis like hired Malik to vacuum his room twice a year?
For how much?
$22 million. That's got to be some sort of weird circumvention of the salary cap, but he's doing it on his own.
Yeah. You really want to give someone $22 million?
I mean, at that level.
Then is it what an
Here's
IOU?
what we do. We have to find Domas Sabonis a $22 million endorsement. Okay. And make that money up to him.
Why not just Malik?
Oh, yeah, that's true. I guess we could do that.
Cut out the middleman.
That's a great point.
I love that you're going full booster now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Colleges have boosters. Why doesn't the NBA have boosters?
They do okay.
Yeah, I guess
they're doing all right on their own.
I mean, it's not like college football's hurting.
True.
But,
But some individuals are.
All right, let's find let's get Malik to be the new pizza guy. $22 million.
I'm a pizza guy.
Yeah, why not? Finally, and then we'll break here real quick. Finally from Domas, just a kind of a philosophical question about playing here in Sacramento and how it feels.
It's been really fun. Like I always say, since the first day, I've been welcomed here with open arms, and it's made it very easy for me to transition and really be the player who I am today, and I always give credit to my teammates. They're the ones who make it easier for me on the court. So their trust, allowing me to be me on the court, is what's led me to be here.
All right. So when we come back, let's look at his numbers. Let's look at his year and what he can improve on, what he doesn't need to improve on, all that fun stuff. We'll grade out Domantas Sabonis next.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
Going deep down the sideline for Are you? He's got it, and he's gone. 10, 5, touchdown! San Francisco! Ayuk is on fire!
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
Across Sacramento, air conditioners are firing up, and with them, power bills are going through the roof. Are you ready for your utility bill to soar even higher next month? Since 1980, Aztec Solar has helped thousands of homeowners save money because going solar is like getting an extra paycheck every month. We call it the Aztec Paycheck. How big of a paycheck? Find out at yourpowersavings.com. Visit yourpowersavings.com and Aztec Solar will text you how much money you'll save every month. Find out how much you'll save now at yourpowersavings.com. It's fast, easy, and reliable. Stop paying the power company and start paying yourself. Looking for a deal? Here's a timely offer from Aztec Solar. You can own a solar electric system for just $99.95. Cash price after incentives. Don't waste another dollar. Visit yourpowersavings.com and keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket. Aztec Solar. Solar and only solar since 1980.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPfest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340.
Guys, are you still dealing with loss of energy, poor sleep, weight gain, and even ED? Revive Men's Health Sacramento offers guaranteed low T and ED treatments. And this month only, qualified patients get a free 1-month supply of personalized ED medication, plus a free ED treatment producing immediate results. Availability is limited. Book your free exam and consultation today. Call 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566. Or visit Revive Men's Health.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
You know, sometimes you introduce a song that catches on. Sometimes you introduce a song and the player goes on a slump and gets injured. We're not judging. It's not easy. Was that the greatest, when you look back at highlights of Domantas Sabonis' 23-24 season, fair to say the Domantas Sabonis song, top 5?
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
And I think our guys do a great job doing all this Kings work, Kings content. I think Frankie and Brendan really missed out. No one asked Sabonis what he thought of the chant.
And it's been asked before. You know, it was asked. I think Deuce and Mo asked him. I know his wife has commented on it. I know Moke actually, I think, asked him after, and by all accounts, it sounds like he loves it. I agree. Frankie and Brendan should have gone deeper, especially since it was, you know, Sacktown Sports played a huge part in it. You know, hey, you know, they should have gone up there and said, hey, Domas, you know, our colleagues at Sacktown Sports, you know, helped create the chance. Because, you know, big props to Scott Moak and to the whole Game Ops crew for really sliding through the idea and also helping with the audio cues as well.
Yeah.
But who deserves the credit? You know who really deserves the credit truly for the Domas Sabonis chant?
The fans.
You're technically right. But which fans, Christopher? Because if we're being fully honest here, shout out to Kevin De Bruyne and the Manchester City fans, because that's where we learned. He's not the first guy, but that's really over there. They go, oh, Kevin De Bruyne, and do the whole chant after that. We just kind of lifted it from them. So that's why Chris loves the chant.
Yeah, he does.
Every time they chant it, he's thinking Kevin De Bruyne.
I think he does say that.
Slipped up a couple times.
Domantas Sabonis this year, 19.4 points per game on 59.5%.
Oh, Simone would like 20% of the credit for the.
What did she do?
She put the song in the system.
She gets 25% for putting the
20%
for putting the song in our system here, so you could play it on Rejoiners. I mean, that's what we're talking about.
That's her defense.
Okay. I mean, I don't mind putting her in the credit pool, but I think
sounds like you're taking off some of
I'm saying 20%. I think we're talking like 3.
Oh, wow.
3%.
Simone, send your letters to Carmichael Dave.
For uploading a song? Now, come on. Maybe 5. I mean, I'm going to be thinking about that for the rest of the day. What kind the actual credit versus perceived credit. 59.5% from the field. 38% from beyond the arc, but just under a half a 3 a game. Shot just over 1. Led the league in rebounds for the second straight year, Jason. Last year, he led the league at 12.3, which matched exactly what he did the year before, 12.3, the year before 12.1, the year before 12, the year before that 12.4. This year, a career high 13.7 rebounds per game, a career high 3.6 offensive, 10.1 defensive. Again, all career highs, and a career high in assists, 8.2%. A career high in blocks, 0.6, but his old career high was 0.5. And then really, honestly, maybe the most impressive, with the exception of his rookie year where he played 20 minutes a game and had far less dealings with the ball. It is insane that when you look at Domas's usage rate and you look at how much the offense runs through him, 3 turnovers a game, a career low.
Okay.
A career low. I'm sorry, I was looking at personal fouls.
I was going to say, that didn't sound right.
He had a career low in fouls. I'm sorry. He had 3.3 turnovers per game. But Jason, 19.5 points, 13.7 boards, 8.2 assists. I believe he was number 1 in rebounds, number 5 in assists. I've said it before and I'll say it again. People really get triggered when you say this. Domantas Sabonis is not Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is a generational player and about to be a 3-time All-Star, already a champion, could be a second-time champion this year. But he is the closest big in the league to Nikola Jokic. And really, you're looking at a difference of about 7 points per game between the two of them. The assists and the rebounds are almost completely negligible. He actually has more efficiency. Jokic better from the free throw line. That 7 points is a big deal because you can lean on him offensively.
Yeah.
And I think if I have my main criticism with Domas this year, who had a wonderful season, he needs to create a little more of a bag for himself.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and that could be one area I think he needs to be better in too, is a little bit. What was his free throw percentage?
Free throw percentage this year was 70.4.
Yeah.
A career, other than his rookie year when he shot 65, that's a career low. That's down almost 4 full points from last year.
Okay, so that needs to get better. That's one area. And then the other one, to your point, I think you're right, is you can go to him and get a bucket, but not in the same way that you go to him and De'Aaron Fox get you a bucket. Like, Fox will get the bucket himself.
Yes.
Sabonis could be responsible for it, whether it's him or someone else. But it's nice sometimes when it's him. It's like, hey, look, we're in trouble. We need to stop a run. Go to Sabonis. He'll get something.
Yes.
Now, Sabonis' way of doing that, like I said, is a facilitator. Maybe he'll find his own. But he's such a great passer, so unselfish, willing to find other people. I just wish, like you said, that he had a move or two that you just go, that is almost unstoppable. Go to him because this team needs a bucket.
Absolutely. And I don't know that doesn't exist.
Right.
You know, look, when you score almost 20 points a game on league leading or top 5 efficiency, we're not talking about Ben Simmons here.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a guy who scores damn near 20 points a game on phenomenal efficiency. And oh, by the way, we've seen him have a couple of 30-point games this year, in games where if Domas is averaging 26 points a game this year, I'm not entirely sure the team is better.
Mm-hmm.
There's other people around him that need to do that. But you're right. There's no reason Domas Sabonis can't be an 80% free throw shooter. Really. High 70s, low 80s. That's where he should be. And I think adding, to me, those are the only things he needs to work on. Work on your 3-point shot and work on your midi game.
Yeah, well, if he's at 77, let's say, is he averaging about 22 points a game?
Yes.
That's a big difference.
That is a big difference. Now add in one made 3-pointer a game.
Mm-hmm.
Now add in, again, some of those middies where and I'm not talking about like, oh, he's struggling over a guy who's playing great defense. No, we saw plenty. When you talk about a guy with insane efficiency like that, I mean, seriously, a 60% shooter from the field, obviously 95% of those shots are coming within 3-4 feet. It should be high. But we saw a lot of wide open bunnies this year, way too many that were missed or weren't taken.
Right.
If Domantas Sabonis can become a legitimate threat to defenses, and I'd love nothing more than to see this next year, dude. I'd love nothing more than to see Domas come out of the gate, excuse me. And, oh, wow, there's 6 middies you just hit against whoever they open up against. Right. Oh, there's 5. He hit 3 threes this game. And the defenses will realize now all of a sudden you have to follow him around. You have to guard him out there, maybe perhaps even double team him in the mid-range. Oh, my God, what does that open up for everybody else? What does that do for Keegan Murray's game? What does that do for De'Aaron Fox's game and the ability, if you're stretching the two of them on opposite sides of the floor and Domas has the ball, he's going to find a cutting De'Aaron Fox. He's going to find a cutting Kevin Huerter or Malik Monk or whomever's here. It's a whole new offense for this team.
For sure.
It's not just adding to him. That being said, we will review De'Aaron Fox tomorrow as our final postseason review. I would say by a fairly close margin, but because of the overall work that was done, I would say Domantas Sabonis was the Kings' best player this year, with apologies and no disrespect to De'Aaron. I would say he was the team's best player this year. I think he will be somewhere in the top 10 in MVP voting. I would hope he will be third team All-NBA, but he'll certainly be in the conversation. And if the guy comes back next year and leads the league in rebounds for a third straight year and is top 5 in assists, I'm going to be just fine with that.
Yeah.
I think he earned his paycheck this year. We will take a break. When we come back, let's switch gears, guys. How about some football? How about some 49er football? And let's talk. Let's talk about their wide receiver out of Florida in the first round, the rest of these guys, with Matt Barrows, as we do a mid-offseason, I should say, a check-in with him of The Athletic, Niners beat writer. We'll lay all that next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the network made for streaming. Well, the legend of Mason Miller keeps growing, and what a place to showcase his talents than Yankee Stadium. After the elbow injury last year, Miller has made the transition this year in a big way from starting to relieving. His 8 fastballs in the first game of the series averaged 102 miles an hour, including 102.5 to strike out Aaron Judge to end the game.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for the participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Thinking of remodeling your home? Say goodbye to endless internet searches and visit Subcontractors United. Find a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in each home service category. From cabinets to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy, with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Kevin Lewis with National Garage Door, reminding you that in Sacramento, National Garage Door is the king of garage doors. We service, sell, and install garage doors and openers. Call us today for your basketball special. A new 16x7 Rainer garage door with insulation and a belt drive opener for only $24.49 installed. Give us a call today, 916-638-4554.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the
than almost any other game from any other sport in America. I think there was like one NBA game and a couple of college football games. Other than that, it was it was a lot of people watch the NFL draft, Jason.
Yes, always do. A lot of people attended. That was amazing.
My goodness gracious, 300,000 on day one. Anyways, we are the home of the 49ers, the NFC champion, almost Super Bowl champion Niners. And they had 7 picks. Well, no, they had more than that. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because they had that one extra. Who better to talk about it with than the beat writer for the Niners, or the Athletic, our good friend who joins us each week during the football year. And we expect nothing short of our friend Matt Barrows to come on. And I want grades for every player. Yeah. I want to know how they're going to be as pros.
The entirety of their career.
There is nothing. Now I say this, Matt's probably got to do a grade. I don't want to crap on his content. Matt, forgive me. And by the way, good morning, Matt. How are you?
Good morning. And rest assured, I do not have to put grades on any of these draft picks or the draft class or anything like that. Although I am currently ranking the undrafted guys. They always bring in a handful of undrafted guys, and there's some interesting ones in this class as well.
You know, it's just a thing where we say it kind of tongue in cheek, because of course you're going to talk draft, and of course you're going to want to, oh, well, this was a reach or this wasn't according to whatever. It just, and I'm sure you've done this long enough. We're probably similar on the same. It's like the whole thing about like, oh, this is an A. Here's what, like, you don't know. Nobody knows. I would imagine, I'll just bet, because I know they have metrics at the Athletic, I'll bet you draft grade pieces do very, very well. People want to see how good or bad their teams did. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying there's no way of knowing how. I didn't know Debo was going to be this good. I didn't know Tom Brady was going to be that good. I didn't know half of these guys. You look at the all pros, half of them were nowhere near the first round. So it's just kind of an exercise in futility, I think.
No, I agree. I mean, look how well the 49ers have done in the fifth round, for example, since 2017. You didn't know in 2017 that George Kittle was going to be George Kittle or Deontay Lenore or Dre Greenlaw. And you just have to let it play out. Sometimes you can, like what the Falcons did at quarterback, when you have the incumbent quarterback who's making a ton of money coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, kind of was blindsided by that one." I mean, you can cast judgments on those types of situations, but whether someone's going to be good or not, no, everybody is in the dark right now because we're talking about the future.
Yeah.
And, the future is unknowable.
Well, the one thing that was
like this Ricky Pearsall bust,
about him too, Matt, was that whole day leading up or a couple days leading up, a ton of wide receiver conversation about the 49ers, about Ayuk and rumors about Deebo Samuel. Then the 49ers end up drafting one, which kind of led to more rumors. Yet here we are with kind of everybody still around. Did the rumors and what ended up happening surprise you?
The rumors didn't surprise me. I mean, my whole thing going into the draft was, hey, guys, it's going to be a lot like the 2021 draft. You're going to hear a lot about the 49ers trading a wide receiver. Back then, it was Deebo Samuel who was agitating for a new contract. But it's going to take an awful lot. 49ers are listening, and that's why, you're going to see a lot of stories about it. But it's probably not going to happen. And it was just like that. I mean, there were offers made during the draft for Brandon Ayuk. They didn't come close to what the 49ers would have required to even consider moving him. The highest was a second rounder. They were looking first to even start the conversation. So, they fielded some phone calls. It didn't come close. It sounds like that they were in contact with Ayuk throughout the things, sort of their MO. I was talking to Tim Kawakami about this the other day, but they like to be part of every conversation. They like to have phone calls. They like to be on the phone with other teams. They encourage teams calling them and asking about their guy because it allows them to ask about that team's players, and you learn things. And perhaps that comes into play at the trade deadline. Which players on the other teams are those teams ready to part ways with. So, I mean, it's all about information more than anything. The 49ers kind of open them up to that. And in doing so, it sort of creates this, this situation where they're always included in every sort of trade possibility scenario. And they have to live with it. And, that's been the case for years and years and years now.
Is there wide receivers are notoriously sensitive, diva, that type of thing, and the Niners are no different. Is there a chance, Matt, that if they do return with Ayuk and Deebo Samuel, that it's something that festers during the season, especially with the Ayuk contract situation, or are they used to it by now? Is that a media thing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it will. I think this season is still going to be a lot like last season. It's going to be Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings. Those are the top three guys. And if there's an injury to any of those top three guys, then you're going to start seeing Ricky Pearsall. But I don't think it's going to affect their snap counts, their clout, all that stuff. The great thing about Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk, they have huge egos. They want to do great. They want big stats, but they really support each other. You see that in their body language after one guy scores. The first guy in the end zone to give him big congratulations is the other receiver. And that's not always the case.
Right.
With wide receivers, big-time wide receivers. But it's just true elation. And I kept an eye on that because I wondered that myself going into the season. especially with Ayuk on the rise and him looking for a new contract, and Deebo Samuel having gotten his in the past. They're like brothers out there. They love for each other to do well, and I expect it to be the same. It's 2025. All of this draft was sort of done with an eye toward 2025. That, of course, is when we expect Brock Purdy to get a big contract. He's going to get it. So that's, A, going to put a squeeze on the salary cap, and B, it means that the 49ers really have to address this team to one guy. It's going to be Brock Purdy's team, even more so than it is today. What I see is the 49ers parting ways with Deebo Samuel, and your starting wideouts are going to be Ricky Pearsall and Brandon Ayuk, and Pearsall probably is more like Ayuk than Samuel, although he does some Samuel things too. But my point is that the chemistry that Purdy has with Ayuk, you can absolutely envision him having similar chemistry with Ricky Pearsall, and I think that's why he was the pick.
But you're saying that's a year away.
A year away,
yeah.
Or we're talking March of 25.
Sure. Okay. So let's get back to Pearsall. I mean, I think you answered it there, and why they see him as part of the future. But maybe why him over? There were some other areas of need, certainly for this team, whether it was secondary, safety, corner, O-line help. Why do you think the Niners felt Pearsall ranked that much higher than maybe other opposing lineman corners kind of in that same general area?
Yeah, I think there were a lot of linemen picked at that point, and then there was a big gap. Can't remember the name of the next offensive tackle who was taken, the guy from Houston, but it was many picks later. So I think that they saw sort of a talent gap there. And so they thought that another position was probably the right one at pick 31. Cornerback, I mean, we were all thinking it could be cornerback there. Cooper DeJean was still on the board. I forget whether McKinstry was as well.
He was.
That would have been another one. And then you saw the 49ers, of course, use their second-round pick on a cornerback. So, I mean, I think they were looking at their board. They probably had a lot of cornerbacks rated similarly there. My question was why Pearsall over Adonai Mitchell or Ladd McConkey or Keon Coleman, each of whom had maybe a little bit more of one physical trait than Pearsall, and certainly were being kind of touted by the media more highly than Pearsall, who is sort of I'd say a mid-second round pick. And this goes back to Dave's earlier point about, whether a draft class gets an A or a B or a C or not. It has to do with how closely it sort of matches what people were kind of set up to think about these players. And Pearsall was very much a second rounder in a lot of people's eyes. In Kyle Shanahan's eyes, he was a first rounder because of what I said. He sort of got that separation, that wiggle that Shanahan likes. I mean, you saw it when he drafted Dante Pettis back in 2018. You saw it when he took Ayuk 2 years after that. And I think the big difference between Pettis and Pearsall, for example, Pearsall is a tough guy. You see that in how he plays the game, how he sort of attacks tacklers after he has the ball in his hands, things like that. And that was Shanahan's point. That's something that you try to teach anybody who comes through, but boy, it's awfully nice when you don't have to teach that. It comes automatically. And that was evident in Ayuk as soon as they got him. And they think that it's going to be automatic in Pearsall as well.
Matt Barrows joining us. Hate hearing a scout tell him a player was, for example, not a good second rounder, but a great third rounder. This person always said the only time people talk about rounds is in draft preparation and on draft day. Never during any player's career would this person say, does anyone say a player was picked in the right round the day after the draft? Every player is graded on his playing performance, not his selection round. This person only cared about what a player would be able to do for his team and thought that round talk was the wrong way for a scout to measure his own abilities. It wasn't talent evaluation, but rather round prediction. That was the great Bill Walsh and his philosophy on saying this guy should have been a second rounder or a fourth rounder. And you kind of see that a little bit. And obviously, Matt, when you're doing well, you're a genius. When you're not doing well, you're an idiot. But it feels like John Lynch kind of has that attitude of, well, are we best player available? Are we filling for needs? That depends on who slides to us. And if we like a guy, if we can trade down, great. If not, one of those guys that seems to have at least read what Bill Walsh said.
For sure. I mean, and you see that with the 49ers. A couple of years ago, they took Ambry Thomas, a cornerback, in the 3rd round, and then they took Diamador Lenore, a cornerback, in the 5th round. And one of those guys has done really well, and the other has floundered, and it's not what you would expect from the rounds. That happens time again. I mean, running back, Jordan Mason, undrafted. Trey Sermon, 3rd round, same draft.
Yep.
One guy's on the team. One guy's been booted so far. So that's what I like about how the 49ers operate. After they get here, nobody really seems to be paying too much attention to the round. It's the performance. It's what they're doing on the field. And they've been keeping the right guys because of that. And I would say that Ambry Thomas, a guy I just talked about, Ambry Thomas, Danny Gray, a couple of 3rd rounders from previous years. Those guys are in trouble based on who's come in free agency and this draft. All of a sudden, there are a lot of young or new cornerbacks, and there are a lot of new wide receivers as well. So the 49ers don't give you a long time to sort of get your feet, even if you're a 1st, 2nd, or 3rd round pick.
Matt, how about the totality of the draft? We talked a little bit about Pearsall, but they had several of the picks throughout the couple of days here. What did you think in general? What did they think of their haul they took in over the last couple of days?
Yeah, I mean, those 4th round picks stand out to me. Beginning with Malik Mustafa, I think he's somebody that the fans are going to really like. Just Mr. Energy, kind of toughness, plays safety. He's going to play a lot of special teams as well. He could factor in early. Talanoa Hufanga coming off of that ACL, I think it was on November 19. So that sort of kind of puts him in that, he'll probably be, mostly recovered when training camp starts, but you don't want to push it. So he and Drake Greenlaw could be a couple of guys that start out the season on PUP. I think that's a possibility, in which case you got Jair Brown, you've got George Odom at safety, and then you've got this guy, Mustafa. I think he could be somebody who plays early as a rookie, which has not been the case for the 49ers in recent years. They've got such a veteran team. That roster is so well filled out that rookies have a hard time getting in. But he might be an exception. Isaac Garendo stands out to me because when I watch him run, I think Raheem Mostert, big guy, sort of runs straight up and down, but really gets up to speed, sort of glides down the field. That style worked really well with Mostert in this offense. It's obviously working really well in this offense that's in Miami for Mostert. And this guy's very similar. I don't know if year one is the year that he makes an impact, but Elijah Mitchell right now is the number 2 running back to Christian McCaffrey. Mitchell's on the last year of his contract. So I think that Garendo could be somebody who kind of shows up in coming years. And then the last 3rd round pick, Jacob Cowing, is a punt returner. And I would describe him as a little bit more explosive version of Ray McLeod, who is a good punt returner, but never had the big return. No touchdowns, no punt return touchdowns for this team since 2011. That's the biggest drought in the NFL. But this is a guy who he gets a step on you, he's gone. He's a 4.38 guy. Scored a lot of touchdowns at Arizona. So he I think is probably the front runner to be the punt returner of the future.
Matt Barrows with us. Matt, you mentioned the possible future of Deebo Samuel as a reason to grab Ricky Pearsall, and I'm sure you've seen it. CJ Stroud, the wonderful first year, now second year from Houston, was alive on a draft show, just going absolutely bonkers over Ricky Pearsall. Steve Smith, the former Carolina great, again, just singing his praises. Did anything that happened last year or specifically in the Super Bowl, in your opinion, because I've seen this written too, inform that pick as well, in addition to preparing for the future?
I think it's what I said earlier. It's, which receiver has really kind of bonded well with Brock Purdy. And it's Brandon Ayuk. And I'm not saying that Deebo Samuel hasn't. He's a different type of receiver, but it's the anticipation that Brock Purdy has works really well with a sharp route runner. These balls are being released well before these guys are making their breaks. So if you can do that consistently, if you can be in the same spot consistently, if you can create space consistently, that's going to link up well with your quarterback. And I think that Pearsall, who basically studied under Brandon Ayuk early on at Arizona State, has a lot of the same characteristics. So if you've got two of those guys on the field at the same time, that's great. I mean, a lot of complaints from the fan base about not going after a tackle and kind of protecting Brock Purdy, and I agree. I mean, I think that's a position that they have to tackle at some point. But another way to sort of protect your quarterback is to allow him to get rid of the football quickly. And if guys are getting open quickly, if guys are getting open consistently, that does the trick as well. And I think that's what this pick was all about.
And just to follow up, and let me put the tinfoil hat on, we're just looking for reasonings behind Ricky Pearsall. You've mentioned it a couple of times. Obviously, the Brandon Ayuk contract situation is top of mind for a lot of people. Even if it was just a small percentage, do you think any part of the pick was like not placating Brandon Ayuk necessarily, but maybe making him more comfortable with this team, maybe allowing him to have a little influence? Or is that, again, are we tinfoil hatting there?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say that drafting a wide receiver is making another wide receiver comfortable. And like I said, Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel have become quite tight over the years. And so bringing in a guy who's eventually going to replace your bud probably isn't great. But again, Brandon Ayuk knows Ricky Pearsall sort of helped him out when Pearsall was a freshman at Arizona State. So, I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, if it was a tie between two players, if they had Ladd McConkey and Ricky Pearsall exactly the same, and they could kind of curry a little favor with Ayuk about that pick, yeah, I mean, I would for sure. And it certainly elicited the response that they wanted, which was a text to John and Kyle that said, fire pick, not going to lie. Yeah. Fire pick. So everything was positive from Brandon Ayuk after that selection.
And just to be clear, when he said fire pick, he wasn't saying like release them.
Fire the pick. It was
fire.
Yeah.
That's the kids. That's how the kids say
an emoji.
Okay, good.
They don't even say it. They put the emoji.
Yeah,
I'm sure it was like a small little fire. On the
and that means good.
Yes.
Like great
good
pick.
Yeah.
Not if they just said sus pick.
Yeah.
That's kid for
mid. Right.
Yeah. So fire, just,
fire,
Matt, we have an older audience, so we're just trying to stay with the time.
Oh, I believe you me. Yeah. Right. When we hang up, people are going to say, wow, that segment was sick. And that's good. Hey, that's good.
Exactly.
That means that it was good.
I hope they still say that. Yeah.
I hope so too. Matt, you started by saying you were going to be writing about the undrafted guys that they're also bringing in. There's some interest. So what caught your interest there, that some other names that they're bringing in to see if anybody can make this squad?
Well, running backs, undrafted running backs. This is Bobby Turner, the running backs coach, longtime running backs coach. This is his baby. I mean, he makes, I'm not exaggerating when I say he makes thousands of phone calls from February to March, because he's calling up dozens and dozens of running back prospects, and he's calling them just about every day. And so he gets to know a lot of these guys, and he's been very good. A long track record. Jordan Mason is one of the examples of bringing in guys late in the draft or after the draft who turn out to be really good. And they got a guy from Missouri, Cody Schrader, who led the SEC in rushing last year and played in a zone blocking scheme that's very similar to the 49ers. So he probably leads the list of the undrafted guys. I mean, just a long highlight reel. You can definitely see him if there's a spate of injuries at running back, and nobody wants that. But that's how these guys have gotten on the field in the past, and we're going all the way back to Denver in the Mike Shanahan coach teams. They would have a different 1,000-yard rusher every year, and some of them were undrafted guys, Mike Anderson. So I think that this guy is probably in that long line of Bobby Turner diamonds in the rough that he brings in.
All right, two-parter here. Number one, their second-round pick and seventh-round pick, the Renard Green, the cornerback, and the linebacker they got in the seventh, both Florida State players. And I noticed there were no Florida State players in the roster currently. Do you think that was on John Lynch's mind?
Not exactly sure where we're going here.
I'm sorry, Matt. I'm being a goofball. I'm an FSU fan, and I was very excited.
Oh, you're an FSU fan? How are you an FSU fan?
My mom and dad both went to FSU. That's where they met.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So I was born into it. I'm a huge all these years.
Yeah, it's never come up because I would tell you the story of FSU joins the ACC at a time when a young Matt Barrows.
No, I know where you're going. No,
and FSU would just crush
Tiki Barber.
Each of the ACC teams. We're talking like 42-7, year after year after year, until they come up to Charlottesville one day. Tiki Barber goes off. FSU has a chance to score at the very end, and they keep
they ran the draw
out of the end zone. It was a good call. And a young Matt Barrows leaps with joy and rushes the field. And one of the greatest nights of my life, thanks to your FSU Seminoles.
That's amazing. All these years, I remember exactly where I was when that game happened. The whole thing. And as soon as you, because I remember you went to Virginia all of a sudden, and then as soon as you started in, all I can think of was Tiki Barber, and you were on the field for that. Wow.
Oh yeah, I was knocking over people to get onto the field.
Nice.
Okay, then that's the first part of my question. Yes, of course, John Lynch doesn't care, but always good to have more FSU guys. The second part of my question is I have no idea. I completely forgot my train of thought. It was a good question, but then Matt kind of threw me a curveball with the whole
that story was
well,
better.
I would say that both of your FSU guys have a chance to make a mark. I mean, Kyle and John talked about how there are no kind of starting spots open on this roster. It's not exactly true. Third cornerback can be a starting spot. If you've got three cornerbacks on the field at the same time. And we know two of the cornerbacks are going to be Charvarius Ward and Diamador Lenore. We don't know who the third cornerback is going to be. It's probably going to be Isaac Yiadom, one of the free agents that they brought in. But I would say that your guy has a pretty good shot. If he can turn some heads, and certainly if he can play the nickel spot, which John Lynch said that he's going to get a nice tryout there. He certainly could be on the field early and often as a rookie.
He's the best in business. Matt Barrows. You find out something, you think you know a guy.
Find something new every time.
One of his happiest moments in life was one of my saddest when I was just a youngster. But you know what? Get back to Cancun, Matt. Enjoy your off season, I hope. And we look forward to talking to you when camp opens.
All right, guys. Anytime. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. God. My oldest guest. I had him on forever.
Kind of just ruined your day, didn't he?
It just I remember exactly where I was, man. We got a break. We're late. When we come back, we'll post-mortem the Suns here real quick. Are they firing Frank Vogel? We'll find out next.
Wow, that segment was sick.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
Every triple, every jam, every Kings win.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker. He's got the three-point shot.
Get your Kings fix all season long.
Right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
What's the room again?
1240 down at the end.
Ooh, what's that?
Sammy, don't touch that. That's someone's old food.
Here we are. Do you have the key?
You have both of ours.
Oh, right. Not working.
Rub it.
Come on.
Try flipping it over.
Seriously. Why can't we go inside? I'm tired.
Give me yours.
You have mine.
All right.
What?
Please, if you
Dad,
could just...
why aren't you opening the door?
Can everyone just shut the...
Don't go there. Go on a real vacation. Go RVing. Learn more at GoRVing.com.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever. The Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry. You never have to miss them again. Check out SacktownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
Do you hear that? That's your air conditioner working overtime this summer. But it's not just the temperature that's rising, so is your electric bill. Stop paying sky-higher rates for your electricity with a solar electric system from Aztec Solar. Finally, you can calculate your monthly savings when you go solar without sitting through a 2-hour in-home sales pitch. Visit yourpowersavings.com and Aztec Solar will text you how much you'll save each month by going solar. Since 1980, Aztec Solar has helped thousands of homeowners with solar pool heating, solar electricity, and backup energy storage. Going solar is like getting an extra paycheck every month. How much will your paycheck be? Find out at yourpowersavings.com. Yourpowersavings.com. Looking for a deal today? Now you can own a solar electric system for just $99.95 cash offer after incentives. Act now. This offer expires soon. Aztec Solar. Solar and only solar since 1980.
Celebrate Sacramento Rivercats baseball during our 25th anniversary season. Pick your favorite weekly promotion, giveaway game, or theme night, and join the fun at Sutter Health Park. Stick around postgame every Friday and Saturday night as we light up the sky with the brightest fireworks in town. For a full promotion schedule and to buy tickets, visit rivercats.com. We'll see you there.
Were you recently in a car accident? Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Turn to the experts at Gonzalez Law. Our team specializes in car accident cases, wrongful termination, and criminal defense, fighting tirelessly to get you the compensation and justice you deserve. With years of experience and a track record of success, we don't settle for less, and neither should you. Visit SacLegalDefense.com or call 916-304-9187 for a free consultation. Gonzalez Law, your advocate in the fight for justice.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340.
Hey there, wanted to take a moment of your time so I could talk to you about insecurity. I could talk to you about confidence. I could talk to you about girth. Yeah, what? Girth? Yeah, okay. Let me tell you about the Upsize Clinic at UpsizeMatters.com. My good friend, Dr. Jack, and his friend, Dr. Passion San Francisco, have a safe, effective, long-lasting doctor-performed procedure. It's non-surgical. virtually pain-free. Now listen, girth is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. What Dr. Jack and Dr. Patch are offering is a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation and get that confidence back. Reset in the bedroom with your partner. Financing is available. It's very private. It's very discreet. Available in Roseville with Dr. Jack and San Francisco with Dr. Pash at upsizematters.com. That's upsizematters.com.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
I like that sweater. I like
Thanks,
that
it's
hoodie.
new.
Be warm yet? Not in here. I keep forgetting to get you a Snuggie.
A Snuggie?
I was thinking it would be kind of a funny gift to get you a Snuggie because the air conditioning, especially with summer coming, and I like it cooler because I'm not under the thing.
No.
But if I got you like a Yankees Snuggie or something, and then, you put it over there by the dog bed.
Yeah, that's still here.
I need to bring that home. I was asked about that.
Oh, you were asked
by the
about
boss over the weekend. The boss at home. Where's the dog bed? I wouldn't mind actually leaving the dog here. That dog's a bastard. Seriously, man, that dog is rude. Shoot up one of my FSU sandals.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, speaking of FSU, will not shut up. Just like curious about everything, man.
I do not care for your American sports footwear.
That's exactly what she sounds like. Same tone and everything. She's very selfish too. FSU, buddy.
Please bring me my wine so I can watch my stories.
That's what we do. We have a Bordeaux that we put in her water bowl because that's what the French bulldogs like.
Yes.
Very selfish. The demon puppy timer. It really is like a toddler, except you can put a diaper on your toddler. Yeah.
Still going in the house?
Not all the time, but there was she did leave a present in the upstairs hallway that number one son stepped in not that long ago in the dark.
What did number two son do?
That the number one son stepped in the number two, and it was like, I guess
this is a problem.
It was the middle of the night. It was right between his bedroom and the bathroom.
Bare feet?
He got because he was in bed.
No, I know, but was he in bare feet?
Yes. Squoosh. He was so mad, dude. He was. I mean, any of us
turned into a frowny pile.
What?
Yeah. Turned into a frowny pile.
What's a Mason mad look like?
Just like, ugh. Yeah, hate that dog. And he doesn't really. They're friends, but like, he's just very. You can just tell the look on it. Like he's got a furrowed eyebrow. Said he had to put his foot in the sink and like wash it in the middle of the
sink.
Night. That's what I said too, but that's what I said too.
That was the best choice.
It was in the middle of the night. He was doing what he thought was right. It's his sink. I don't care. He shares it with his sister.
Oh.
And by the way, and we'll get to the Suns here in a second. I do want to run this by you guys.
Your time of the Suns.
That is true. My daughter has this new thing now because we're getting close to finals and all this. She's got a lot of homework. And yesterday at about 11 a.m., she came to me and said, "Daddy, can you give me a ride somewhere? Where do you want to go?" Starbucks. what are you going to Starbucks for? You don't drink caffeine. She goes, no. First off, I get the little Frappuccino. Does no caffeine. But she goes, she now wants to go. Didn't I tell you last week she was going
to the library? Now she wants to study
switched
there.
Because the libraries are closed on Sunday. So now she wanted to go to Starbucks where they have Wi-Fi and sit at the Starbucks and study as opposed to at home. And I acquiesced and I said, fine, look, it's a good problem to have. And no conspiracy theorists. I don't think she's like meeting her friends there. She's just not that kind of kid. She was there for like 5 hours yesterday studying in a Starbucks, and it just doesn't sit right. But I don't have a really good reason for why it doesn't. I'm not walking over there before I get my coffee. Other than you have a perfectly good room to study in.
Right.
But apparently she can't concentrate.
Well, the dog's pooping in the hallway.
Yeah, apparently. The Suns pooped all over their floor last night, and throughout this series, they are done. Frank Vogel seems to be there's
he gonzo.
Well, when you see guys like, it was already rumored. Then you see guys like Shams Charania that are saying the Suns are going to take a hard look. I know. We can't. Who else are you going to fire? They can't move any of the players,
right? And I know there wasn't a quote from Kevin Durant afterwards, feeling like he didn't get put in the best.
Yes.
Offensive situation. So I mean, if your star is saying that's a little bit of a reflection of the offense and the coach.
Did you also see Brad Beal walking off the floor last night and just kind of flick off?
Yeah, that one. I mean,
I don't know.
I don't read too much into that. Maybe I should, but that's just an emotional.
Yeah.
Frustrated. I'm
kind of showing up your coach.
Yeah,
too, but I get
the best, but yeah.
According to one report out there, I'll quote it here. A Sun source says Matt Ishbia, quote, has no idea what he's doing when it comes to basketball. It's like Looney Tunes around here. It's felt unstable since he arrived. He's a good guy and everything, I think, but he's just very involved, too involved. I know he played college basketball at Michigan State, but I venture to say he has no idea what he's doing when it comes to NBA basketball. Yet he's making a lot of the big decisions. We talked about it before. It's just what happens. These owners come in. There's a honeymoon phase. Everyone loves them, especially when you're coming in after Robert Sarver. They've had tremendous success in whatever business they had success in. They are surrounded by sycophants who are on payroll or just want to impress them. Everything's a great idea. And nobody wants their job in jeopardy. And people that are rich like that, they genuinely forget how to handle criticism because they're on such a heater. Like, I don't trust anyone's instincts but my own because it's worked for me. And it's kind of one of the cool things, if you will, about these guys buying teams is because it gets really humbling because your results are right there and the buck stops with you. It's a results-oriented business, and a lot of these guys come face first crashing down right away.
Right.
And then usually they learn, and we've used Vivek as an example before. He had about as embarrassing a first eight. I'm talking about on the court. I always appreciated what he did off the court. He had about as embarrassing first 8 years as you could have. Just everything from, Mullen and Mitch and no offense to them, but just that whole thing to D'Alessandro to
Firing Malone,
jazz band, 4-on-5, whatever. He's learned.
Yep.
We think.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell. Guess what? I'm going to hire basketball people, and I'm going to get the hell out. I'm going to show up every day. I'm going to cheer. I'm going to stay out of the media for the most part, and I'm going to do my thing. And, honestly, when Vivek popped back up for the A's announcement, I think really that was his first real major media appearance in a while. He'd been pretty quiet, and he popped back up, and a lot of people killed him for it. He got a lot of crap over that. Still getting a lot of crap over that. So I think it's one of those there's no real upside to this. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Ishbia, he doesn't seem like a media guy necessarily, but he's come in. Look, I know basketball. I played Division I college basketball. I'm not like these other owners. This is what you do, man. It's a talent business. We're going to go out. We're going to get talent. Screw it. I don't care about those draft picks. Those draft picks aren't going to matter when we're winning championships and we're competing. And we're going to, well, here you go.
Yeah. You got to win the championships, though, first.
Yeah.
And, their depth moves were, Chemezi Metu.
Right.
Players like that. And that's what they're going to have to do again is, I would think, go back again with the group they've got for the most part, and then hope, someone else sees it that way and goes, yeah, like Eric Gordon goes, yeah, I'll sign a small deal because I want a chance at a championship.
Yes.
They need more players like that, though.
Yeah, they're going to need people that just want to come and ring ride, really, because when you look at their depth, Eric Gordon, Royce O'Neal, Thad Young, Isaiah Thomas, who they just added, Josh Okogie, Bol, Drew Eubanks, Nasir Little. I'm going to be honest with you. On paper, that's not a bad bench. There are some good rotational role players in there, but it just doesn't fit.
Yeah, so, I mean, in their logic, if they go, okay, next year we're going to come back and start this group again of Nurkic, Durant, Grayson Allen, Bradley Beal, and Booker, we're going to win a lot of games, and they will.
Yes.
Is it going to be enough? At this point, I would say no.
We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not, and do we continue our streaks from the weekend? We will find out before we get to more Western and Eastern Conference playoff takeaways, what to watch, and the crosstalk along with celebrity birthdays. That's the rest of the show laid out for you. No reason to go anywhere. We will be right back.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
It's a toss to McCaffrey, a cutback run 30, breaks 340. McCaffrey midfield. McCaffrey 40, 30, 20, and toasted all the way down to the 3-yard line on the first play of the game. CMC Dynamite!
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't, right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. People come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
It's a mystery where Old Spice finds its amazing scents like Himalayan sea salt, but I'm thrilled they have because no other body wash exfoliates and moisturizes 24/7 like Old Spice Gentleman's Himalayan sea salt body wash. Now, if only there was a mountain range separating the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau where I could hide my Old Spice and keep my family from stealing it, my impossibly smooth skin will finally be safe.
Some people just know safe drivers save more with Allstate. Just like they know that's the mating call of a blue-footed booby and not a green-footed booby. Yeah, some people know that. And they know if you're a safe driver, you can save up to 40% with Allstate. Ain't that something?
Based on the national average premium savings for Allstate customers with a clean driving record versus those without. Savings vary by state and based on how you buy. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Kevin Lewis with National Garage Door, reminding you that in Sacramento, National Garage Door is the king of garage doors. We service, sell, and install garage doors and openers. Call us today for your basketball special. A new 16x7 Rainer garage door with insulation and a belt drive opener for only $24.49 installed. Give us a call today, 916-638-4554.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the California Army National Guard. Aired by the California Broadcasters Association and this station.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Can I just say this too? I know because it was a conversation last year. Is there anyone left out there that is sad that we didn't get Bradley Beal? I mean, I understand he's talented and all that, but my God.
Did you really have to do this before what's hot, what's not?
Oh, no. Hey, who's hot? Chris Ladd.
Jalen Brunson.
Hey.
He was 18 of 34 yesterday, scoring a franchise playoff high 47 points and 10 assists in the Knicks' 97-92 win over the Sixers.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of points. I mean, I was hoping that series would be better, but now, like, my distaste for Joel Embiid is kind of, I don't know. I've always liked Joel Embiid, but
now you're on the Knicks bandwagon.
It's just, well, I do like the Knicks. I can't
Bing
lie.
bong.
I do like the Knicks, but Joel Embiid is not. On one hand, I appreciate that he's working through pain, playing through pain. I do. But just the floppy, foul hunty, dirty play, all that crap, and now he's in trouble with Philly fans for being ticked that New York fans kind of took over the whole thing. Kelly Oubre, on the other hand, he kind of gave a backhanded compliment to Jalen Brunson.
Brunson's getting going after the slow first two games of this series. What do you think has allowed him to get in the rhythm?
34 shots. I mean, yeah, he's a great player. Great player. I love playing against him. I love his game. You know, he has a lot of fundamentals and skill set to his game. But, you know, anybody shoots 34 shots that has skill, and that's a great player, you know, they're going to be able to do well. And especially you get screens, you know, you're getting mismatches, and you're trying to find the right matchups and things like that. Like, he's a great player. He's going to capitalize on those things. But, yeah, I mean, it was due to happen, obviously. You know, JB is a great player. He's been playing well, doing this all year long. So just because I say he shot 34 shots doesn't mean he's going to stop shooting them, because that.
I don't know that I've ever seen a 180 happen live. I mean, the first thing he says is 34 shots and then pauses. Yeah. And then it's like something kicked in and he went, oh, my God, what did I just say? And then spends the rest of it just glossing him. Kelly Oubre, who I like to call the Matt Olson of the NBA, who my wife and her best friend just won't ever shut up about.
Those eyes.
They're
dreamy.
So dreamy. Oh, Kelly Oubre. Well, I don't know what that meant, Simone, but.
This is sign language for yes.
Oh, she's agreeing with, yeah. I just. Shut up about Kelly Oubre. All right, who's not?
I'm going to let you take a stab at this one.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal?
I'm going to go Bradley Beal.
Good job.
Hey.
Bradley Beal in 31 minutes yesterday. Beal had 9 points on 4 of 13 shooting, 1 of 5 from 3. He also had 6 turnovers and fouled out of the game, and the Suns getting swept 122-116 to the Timberwolves.
Good time to be a free agent. Oh, wait, he's not.
Oh, he's
getting paid
not.
a ton of money.
Just $53 million next season.
Before we get to let's go streaking, I just have a quick who's not to add to that, and I need a ruling. I've been forgetting about this. Who's not? Me. Why? Because the wife was at a friend's last night, so it was me and the kids, and so we did Sunday dinner, and we decided
Sloppy Joe's?
Nope, close. They wanted cheeseburgers.
Okay.
So we did cheeseburgers
Smash burgers?
and a salad. Yes, smash burgers and a salad. I made a salad, like a real salad. There was bacon in it, but still. And so I've got the 3 paper plates because no dishes, and they're on the counter. And I'm setting up everybody's cheeseburger, and I put mine off the spatula right into onto the bun. But I didn't notice in my haste that the paper plate was kind of hanging over the sink, and the weight of the burger patty caused the whole plate to turn over, and the bun, the fillings, and the burger went into a glass bowl filled with water that was soaking, that had the salad in it. So like everything's dead, right? So what I did, I immediately pulled the patty out, still hot, pulled the patty out of the water. I rinsed it off with the cheese and everything on it, and then just put it back on a new bun with fixins and ate it. Is that allowable here in this case?
Yeah, I think that was the only thing salvageable.
Nothing else was salvageable. All the tomato, the pickles, the bun was done. The bun was done. But I'm sitting there rinsing off a cheeseburger, thinking,
gross.
Because I would have had to have gone and cooked a whole new one.
Yeah, wasn't it good?
It was okay. It was okay, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like a lot of this
was in your head.
Yeah, maybe. Like a lot of the seasonings, I feel like rinsed off. Also, 100% could have given that to a kid, and they would.
Mason, that's a Mason special.
He would never have noticed. But dude,
good burger, Dad.
Good burger, Dad. Yeah, little do you know, it fell in salad water, son. Them's the breaks.
Oh, was it salad Saturday?
It was salad Sunday. It was salad Sunday. Tossed up a nice salad for the kids and went for it. Let's go streaking.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? We're streaking.
Dave, is that a smash burger or a splash burger? Says the text line. That's well done.
Yes.
Thank you. Anyways.
Got a 10 on the landing?
No, it tumbled into the water. All right, let's go streaking, Jason Ross.
I'm really surprised you didn't have a second thought and go, I'm giving this to the kids.
Listen, I had the thought. It crossed my mind. I've done things like this.
Yes.
Like, I'll drop something on the ground and be like, I'll give it to Avery. She's not going to know. You know, I'm the dad. I drink milk out of the milk carton. I just kind of I position the fridge door so no one can see me.
Yeah.
But if I caught one of the kids doing it, I'd freak out. Like, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
But I like to think that I'm cleaner than my children. I'm probably not. But in this case, I just felt like, Danny in Chula Vista wants to know, was the burger by any chance made of turkey sausage?
No,
it was not. It was Sam's Club ground beef.
Oh,
that big
for dinner.
Big vat of it that my wife, vat of beef. All right,
don't want to explore that.
I don't. Okay, let's go.
All right, Friday, Dave, you were on a streak of 5.
Yeah,
season best.
Yeah,
trying to get to 6.
Yeah,
and you took from the Baltimore Orioles, who were playing the Oakland A's on Friday.
Adley Rutschman.
3 plate appearances, so limited times to get a hit, but he got you 1.
Hey,
that's a streak of 6.
That's a new record for this year. What was the record? Was the record 11 or 12 last year?
I think it was 11.
I think you're right. It was 11.
For
All right,
you owned it.
Just over halfway there.
Yes. So you're at 6. I was at 3. Chris was at 3. I also, from the Baltimore Orioles, took Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar. He had 5 plate appearances, and he got 0 hits.
Oh, Gunnar.
Ooh, you suck. Sorry, it's over. It's over now. It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
You go with a guy named Gunnar, you're getting a hit, right?
You would think so. Henderson, Ricky's cousin.
Yes.
Great hitter.
Harry
Henderson. Florence.
Yes. Dave.
Ooh, good one. Yeah. Dave, Florence, Harry, and Gunnar. Okay. All right. Moving on.
All right. So I'm at 0. Dave's at 6. Chris was at 3. He picked Shohei Ohtani.
Yes.
From the Los Angeles Dodgers. He had 4 plate appearances. He went 1 for 4 with a home run.
Good job.
Yeah. So Chris is at 4. Dave's at 6. I'm at 0.
Okay. Well, speaking of, that's who I was going to grab. Give me Shohei Ohtani. My second Dodger of the streak.
See if he can get to 7. I'm going to take former Dodger, current Phillies Trey Turner.
Shohei Turner.
Yeah, Trey Turner.
I am going to take Ryan Jeffers.
Jeffers of the Baseballs.
Of the Twins.
Yes, Minnesota.
I only knew that because I picked him the other day. I went, I don't know who this is.
And he got you a hit.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Ryan Jeffers, Chris?
Ryan Jeffers.
Jeff.
Yeah, because we did the whole Jeffersons thing. Now I remember.
Yeah.
We'll take a
He's
break.
moving on up.
When we come back, Oklahoma City is crushing the Pelicans.
Thanks, Pelicans.
Would it be different if it was the Kings instead of the Pelicans? We'll talk about that and what other things that could be as Kings fans next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Celebrate Sacramento Rivercats baseball during our 25th anniversary season. Pick your favorite weekly promotion, giveaway game, or theme night, and join the fun at Sutter Health Park. Stick around post-game every Friday and Saturday night as we light up the sky with the brightest fireworks in town. For a full promotion schedule and to buy tickets, visit rivercats.com. We'll see you there.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. Now, I've told you this before, but this is what we call extending a good deal. Right now, American Energy Heat and Air is offering an HVAC diagnostic for $99. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Never mind. They're offering it free. It's a $99 value, but you get it for $0. Let the American Energy team test your system connections and all the moving parts of that system to ensure that it's functioning properly. Now, this is a limited time offer. Call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. Speak to the company that has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau that's been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Welcome to the April Adventure Sales Event at Kia Vacaville. Are you ready for an extraordinary experience? We're excited to introduce you to the pinnacle of automotive excellence, the Kia Telluride. During April Adventure, come and explore the remarkable features of the Kia Telluride. It's not just a vehicle, it's a lifestyle with this seamless blend of sophistication and practicality. The Telluride is ready to elevate your driving experience to new heights. Whether you're embarking on a family road trip or navigating the urban jungle, the Kia Telluride offers unparalleled comfort and innovation. Plus, with Kia's commitment to safety and reliability, you can drive with confidence wherever the road takes you. Don't miss this opportunity to experience the extraordinary Kia Telluride for yourself. Visit Kia of Vacaville today and take advantage of exclusive offers during the April Adventure Sales Event. Your adventure begins here. Kia of Vacaville, where innovation meets excellence. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia of Vacaville for more details.
This segment is brought to you by Aztec Solar. Skip the sales pitch. Calculate your solar savings at yourpowersavings.com.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yep. Nope. Wait. Yep. A lot of stuff going on right now, man. There's a lot of stuff. We got to get to the whole Western Conference thing. There's a lot of stuff going on. First off, from the 916, Dave, can you post recipes for dads who want to cook more for their family but are not very good at it? I just want to reiterate, I really want to do my cooking show.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like, I'm not a chef. I'm like a decent cook. But like, that's exactly what it would be.
Why don't you do that? Like on YouTube?
I don't know. It's too hard.
So it's
well,
not happening.
Yeah, because it's like I see. It's kind of like the other thing where I told you about, like the guy doing the split screen TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
You just need someone to film for
That's
you.
it. Yes,
and you'll cook.
Yes, because
you know people.
I true, but they all want
get Kyle to do it.
No.
Why?
You don't have to pay him anything.
I don't want to do
him the food.
I don't want to do
He'd eat your inventory.
That's true.
Yeah, but I don't want to do it that bad because I'd probably do it at the house.
So
you don't want him to know where you live.
Another roommate.
It's not that I don't think. It's not that I don't want him to know where I like. I
don't
think,
want anybody to know where you live.
That's exactly right. And then it's like we get finished with the whole thing, and then it's just Kyle in my house.
Yeah,
that's just weird.
No,
you just think he would just take off.
Yeah, he'd take it to go.
He'd take all of it.
If I was gonna have anybody, it'd be Nate, probably. But you got to have like the camera facing down on the pan.
He knows how to do that.
Yeah, he probably does. It's probably some sort of special easel or something. I don't know. Okay, so anyways, there's that. Next, past Alan Stiles, who will join us for Crosstalk here at the end of the hour coming up. And Alan's carrying a Tupperware thing full of salad and a plum.
Okay.
I don't know. It just struck. He's having salad and a plum. That's why he looks how he looks. And I'm over here, pounding Nutri-Grain bars.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible. It's not a salad and a plum.
Is it plum flavored or salad flavored?
Blueberry flavored, salad flavored, not great.
Okay.
And then finally, just getting a lot of stuff out of the way here before we get to the Western Conference. Chris has seen like all the movies. He has a podcast or has what a podcast. What was the podcast called?
What was it called?
Okay, then.
So you were the only one that did an episode.
That is true.
Because it was like during COVID. So it's like, it's not going to be hard to get someone to see a movie and then talk about it. Literally nobody else did it but you.
That's
so thank you, Dave.
You're welcome. And that's the thing. For all the reputation I have of being, kind of a loner and a recluse and all, I'm the one who shows up to station events.
Yes.
I'm the one that watches Ladybugs and then has a detailed conversation about it with Chris. Honestly, can I be honest? I think you kind of know this. 100% of the reason why I took the time to do that was just the pure entertainment of being a guest on a Chris show. That really,
and how much I knew about the movie Ladybugs.
That really entertained me, right? So, but apparently I'm the only one here in this room and that room that hasn't seen the modern classic MacGruber,
right?
But then I find out that Simone, and I get it, Simone's like 12 years old. She's not, she's a youngster, but she hasn't seen Shawshank Redemption, which, by the way, can I just point out our old friend Kyle, not that one, the other one, he watched Shawshank last week, finally. Thank God. And Verlad over here has never seen The Godfather. Godfather, which I assume you also haven't. You know what? Knowing you haven't seen The Godfather. You haven't seen The Godfather 2, but have you seen The Godfather 3?
No.
Okay, because
this isn't a Beverly Hills Cop situation.
That would be 100% Chris Verlad thing. I would like to renew once again to the sales staff my idea. We did this once, and it was very successful, not really, where we get a partner to give us a movie theater once a month, and we do showings of movies the staff hasn't seen. So we could have like Simone night and do Shawshank, which would be awkward when you think of the movie, just in general. It's like an awkward movie to watch with coworkers.
I get it. I get the plot point.
Yeah. And then
MacGruber for you.
MacGruber, fine. We could do that. That's fine.
These movies, I don't think we'd be able to show.
Godfather. Chris said he watched the first 20 minutes. It was just like, ugh. It's got to build, dude. It's a whole saga.
I wasn't ready to wait.
I don't understand people that don't watch good movies. I don't think I've seen any new movies since like 2015, but I feel like all the good movies have pretty much already been made, unless it's a sequel to an already good movie.
The newest Japanese Godzilla that came out was incredible.
Was it just edge of your seat the whole time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing story.
Somebody told me there's a Constantine 2 coming out with Keanu Reeves. I'd be here for that. Did you see Constantine 1?
That's your level up.
Well, Gladiator 2 is coming out in November.
Man, Keanu is doing a lot of movies.
Well, he's not in Gladiator.
Keanu.
A lot of people don't realize Gladiator 2 is coming out. They think it's a joke. It's already shot. Right?
That looked good, too.
Done. Okay. Not reading that. Oklahoma City is just destroying the Pelicans right now. Why is it that every other team in the NBA can beat the Pelicans but us? Why we split with the Pelicans? We swept the Lakers. Both of them just toy with the Pelicans. But when the Pelicans play us, it's like they eat the Popeye spinach and the Mario Star and do all of the drugs.
I mean, look, I'm sure I'm sounding like a homer here. I don't think the Kings would be down 0-3. Do you?
No, I don't. No, I don't. Here's my honest guess. If we did the whole $200,000, I think the Kings would be down 2-1.
Okay, with a home game tonight.
Yeah,
with a chance to even the series.
That's right. I think they'd be down 2-1. I think that series would be 6 or 7 games. I'd have to lean to Oklahoma City just cause, but I don't know.
But this has been, I think game 1 was close.
Yeah.
Game 2 and game 3, it's just been ridiculous.
It really has. And game 3 was in New Orleans.
Right.
And now they're back to, like, honestly, is there a chance that we're going to win more postseason games than, no. Yeah, no, the Pelicans won there, so never mind. 1-1. So we're going to win as many or more postseason games as Phoenix or New Orleans. I mean, good for Oklahoma City, dude, especially when you consider, Simone's leaving for the day. Good day, Simone. Good work. It's 9:10. She's got her bag over her shoulder. She's out. It's been a full day's. That's good. It's got it done. Hey, work smarter, not harder. That's what I say. She's gonna go split Allen's plum. That sounds weird. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm so happy for Oklahoma City. Like I don't have any vested rooting situation there for them at all.
Right.
But how they're so young. And I love Sam Presti, and he did it the right way. Now, this is, by the way, I'm very happy with Monty McNair, and I'm glad that they did what they did. This isn't a hindsight thing, but all those years we sucked. I really wanted to do kind of the Sam Hinkie, Sam Presti way, and the only difference between Hinkie's way and Presti's way is Presti just had a draft, and Hinkie didn't. Which is why you end up with Markelle Fultz and Ben Simmons at number 1 instead of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I really wonder what they're going to do next. Not that they have to rush anything.
OKC?
Yeah, because they've got picks, they've got assets, they've got good, young, talented players that at some point are going to come up for contract. Like I'm sure they want to build around SGA. I'm sure they do.
Yes.
But are they going to keep like all of that, or can you move some of that with like we've said, this is the one team that can get just about anybody. I don't think they want Bradley Beal, but if they wanted him, they could get him
easily.
And if they want whatever player they want, the return of Kevin Durant, return of Paul George, they could do that.
How do you think Clippers feel about that Paul George SGA trade right now?
Not great.
Yeah.
I think they feel worse though about, well, maybe not worse, but the Kawhi extension.
Yeah. And they kind of had to, though. I get it. And I understand the thought process behind the Paul George trade. I get it.
Yeah. But I mean, like Kawhi missed a game again, postseason game. I don't think in the next 3 years he's going to get healthier.
No.
It doesn't mean he's going to miss more games, but to assume that, I mean, that's the risk you run with these teams that are a little bit older, is injuries do happen.
But don't you dare call Kawhi Leonard street clothes, though, because that's verboten.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get to more of the West coming up next. We'll get into the East as well. We'll just go down the list here. Just a 1 minute break. Don't go away. More playoff recaps, not previews, next.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sacktown Sports.
Spins away from the defender. In the paint. Soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento. It's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com. Elevate your golf game at Timber Creek Golf Course in Roseville. Just named to the prestigious Golfer's Choice 2024 Top 25 Public Golf Courses in all of California by Golf Pass. Timber Creek offers an unparalleled experience. Our revamped practice facility features a grass driving range, expanded putting greens, and a chipping area complete with sand traps. Whether you're a pro or just starting your golf journey, Timber Creek is the place to be. Visit us and discover why we're the talk of Sacramento and beyond. Unwind and tee off at Timber Creek Golf Course.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sacktown Sports.
I'm starting to become okay with Sublime again. I had to go on like a 10-year hiatus because all of my friends growing up did nothing but play Sublime constantly. It was like the same thing happened to me with Tesla, who I love. But it's just like I had to go through a phase where I just couldn't listen to Tesla at all. It's too much. Now Sublime Tesla comes on. This is in Tesla the other day. Tesla's greatest hits.
Yeah.
They're from Sacramento.
They are.
They had a song called Love Song.
Love that song.
Yeah.
Love song.
I don't know if you know this, but LeBron James' first game was in Sacramento.
What? Did you know Eric Hasseltine used to work here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Worked with him. You did too.
Kinda. I was more like his errand boy. That's fine. We all have to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Much like the Lakers had to start their comeback by finally beating the Denver Nuggets.
I was telling Chris, it was in one of the commercial breaks we had on our show. One of the, I think it was First Take.
Yeah.
Or Get Up. I don't know which one. But they did LeBron's Game 4 win, or avoiding the sweep, keep him in the GOAT conversation. And I thought, yeah, I had him out. But that win, I'm putting it back in the conversation. But then if they lose tonight, cannot be in the GOAT conversation if you lose in the first round.
That would never have happened to Michael.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan would have never lost in the first round that he did many times.
Yeah.
Never would have happened. Lakers Nuggets tonight, TNT. Denver's favored by 7.5. This ain't going back to LA, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Though I did see this stat, which is true. The amount of minutes the Lakers have led in this series, it's like tripled the Nuggets, but it's 3-1. And the other game was going the same way. It was like the Lakers are playing well. They're leading. Here comes Denver. I thought, oh, man, are the Lakers going to lose all 4 games the same way? But they didn't lose the game 4 that way.
It's got to be frustrating for Laker fans if they're paying attention, which they probably weren't. How about the by the way, we didn't even mention this yesterday. How about the Mavs at home making up a 30-plus point lead and losing?
When that game got to a tie, and I was watching it, and I said to my wife, I said, this is going to break either team's hearts now at this point. Because you come back from 31 and don't win.
Yes.
That feels like a bad loss for Dallas. You come back from 31 and then you're the team that had the 31-point lead and lose. If you're the Clippers, that's a bad loss for them. Well, in this case, and, let's keep in mind, Kawhi didn't play. So, yeah, they were up 31, but gave up the lead. Dallas was now leading in the fourth, and now that turns into a bad loss for the Mavs.
I want to say, Jason, I could be wrong. I don't think I am. This is one of those things in my head that I don't think I'm wrong about. I think this is the second time this has happened this year to Dallas at home. I want to say there was another 25 or 30 point lead they had at home earlier this year, came back and took the lead, I think, and then lost. This is not, I don't think this is the first time they've done this year. I don't even know how I'd research it. Either way, it doesn't matter other than this is a team that can take big leads. This is a team that can blow big leads. They did that last night. That series is now tied up at 2. That's turning into a kind of fun series.
Yeah, and what a swing. Obviously, if Dallas wins that 3-1 going to LA, I mean, they're in great position now. It's LA's got home court back, found a way to win a game without Kawhi. And, yeah, that feels like that's going 7 to me.
Kind of think
you got sausage arms and cankles.
Yeah, it's Luka Doncic who says he kind of feels like he's letting Kyrie Irving down.
Okay.
What the hell did he do yesterday? I didn't even look at that. Did old
I think Luke had a triple-double, I think.
Well, Kyrie had 40 points.
Oh, he has a double-double 2-3 times.
Yeah, 29, 10, and 10. Just 3 turnovers. Well, 10 of 24, I guess, is what he's talking about. I don't know, triple-double, you're letting Kyrie Irving down? Okay. Well, how about the rest of the team? And that's a 5-point loss. So now you fast forward to tonight. It is a triple header. The Celtics, by the way, Heat had that home court for about 5 minutes.
Right.
Celtics went in there and slapped them around. Celtics won tonight. Series is over. They'd be up 3-1. I ain't buying the Heat coming back from down 3-1 with 2 losses at home.
Jimmy.
Yeah, this is. I mean, to say this
that would be pretty dope.
Yeah, it would be. It would be awesome, but I don't think so. Anyways, want to take a guess? Celtics at Heat tonight. Who's favored by how much?
Celtics by 11.5.
Celtics by 8.5.
We have a tie.
Oh.
No, we don't. Sorry. Who said 11.5?
I did.
Yeah, you win by a half point. Celtics are favored by 10.5. I forgot to carry the one. Shut up. Celtics are favored by 10.5 on. I mean, I don't know. They probably will hit it, but golly, that's a favored by double digits in Miami in the playoffs. Oof. Yeah. And then, so that's at 4:30, 5:30 NBA TV. Thunder and Pelicans.
Pelicans.
Yep, and the Thunder are favored by 5.5 in New Orleans. If that holds up, then we will see that series end tonight. And we will have both I think this is incredibly significant. We will see both the Timberwolves and the Thunder sweep their first round opponents.
Crazy.
This is now look, I still think it's going to be Denver and Boston in the finals. But boy, is everything underneath them really maneuvering right now. When you're ushering in you got the Warriors out, the Lakers about to be out, the Suns about to be out.
The Clippers or Mavs will be at one of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of vet-laden, star-laden teams that have to look in the mirror and go, did we miss our window here? Because I understand Kawhi's hurt a little bit. I get that. I understand that Bradley Beal missed some games. But in almost every case, Phoenix couldn't have expected much more out of their big 3 overall. The Lakers got more than anyone expected out of both LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
Right.
Anthony Davis was like an Iron Man this year. LeBron James had a better year than I think anyone could have imagined, even for him. In LA, they added in James Harden. You got Harden, George, and Kawhi. I understand there's a little bit of injury there. Maybe they have as much of a leg to stand on there as anyone. But then it's also like, well, yeah, so you had injury issues. Those are certainly going to get better with old players getting older. And then we've talked about the Suns all day.
Right.
Jason, I think the Kings are going to make a move this summer, and I'm going to predict it right now. I think one of the stars off of those teams we just named, they're going to be a sack. I think this is
a star?
I think this is exactly what Monty McNair has been pointing to. I think it's if you just, when in doubt, listen to what he says and follow his blueprints. We are making sure that we are flexible enough, just like we did in Houston, and how he'll refer to the Rockets and how they built, to make sure that when something comes up and a team needs assets, we've got those assets in the cupboard to be able to offer. Now, when I say a star, you know what? I would say this. I would say somewhere between a star and like the Aaron Gordon level thing. I keep saying they need to make the Aaron Gordon level move.
So a starter that has an impact.
Yes.
That maybe it's a star on this team.
I believe they will acquire an impact starter at some point because
I think it's time.
And they've got, again, these teams that have killed themselves on picks. Okay, here's some picks. Mm-hmm. Now you're gonna have to do some contract maneuveration there, and you're gonna have to figure out the Malik Monk thing really, really quickly.
Right. But you line all those up together, could have something pretty special.
Boston's up 2-1 on the series. They could go up 3-1 tonight. The Knicks, the Knicks are going to win this series. Philly might get one more. I doubt it.
Jalen Brunson's been so good. What a year.
What a story.
Yeah.
Really, when you think about it.
I don't know. He could still be on Dallas.
Man, Kyrie. I don't know that. You never know. But
they would have traded something there.
Kyrie, Jalen Brunson, and Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
Pacers up 3-1 on the Bucks. Doc Rivers is going to get bailed out because Giannis and Lillard are hurt, but who knows? And and you know what? Hey, Magic and Cavs just
2-2. Anybody watching, following, seeing?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. And I feel bad, but nobody outside of Cleveland or Orlando really cares. And I hate it as a Kings fan when people say that about our series. But,
true.
Whatever. Them's the breaks. Good morning, Steven.
Good morning. Hey, I had a really cool LeBron James stat. I don't know if you guys were aware. But did you know his very first game was at Arco Arena here at Sacramento?
I did
Rumors.
not. Thank you, Steven. Thanks, Steven. We had to break anyways, but thanks, Steven. I did have a stat I wanted to give you guys. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Random stat as we go to break. You ready? Greg Maddux faced 20,421 batters over the course of his career. Only 33 were on actual 3-0 counts and not intentional walks. That's insane. And by 33, I meant to say 133, but the point stands. 133 out of over 20,400 batters got to 3-0 counts with Greg Maddux without it being an intentional walk. That is redonk.
Yeah. No strikes.
He should be in the Hall of Fame, I say.
I agree.
Greg Maddux, the Bulldog. We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch tonight, and then we'll get some crosstalk, some celebrity birthdays, and wrap up a Monday. Hand the baton over to Styles and Watkins. We'll do all that. Final half hour next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Styles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Febreze.
Fabric Talk. Hey, it's me, your couch. Today's my favorite day of the week. Febreze Fabric Spray Day. The occasional deep cleans are nice, but in between, I'm needing a refresh. Ooh, here she comes with the Febreze Fabric Spray. Oh yeah, spritz them armrests. Don't be shy. Nothing like a good spray down to get me smelling so fresh and clean. Don't forget my back. Nice. Febreze Fabric Spray. It's just that easy. Now we can both breathe happy. Febreze. La 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 la.
Hi, this is Jeremiah, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Chicken Minis is that soft roll with that honey butter brushed on it. It's so fluffy, like a cloud. It might be a mini, but it doesn't taste like a mini. That sweet, savory bite and that fluffy roll with that honey butter on it and that crispy chicken, it's an awesome way to start your day. The perfect breakfast treat.
Breakfast starts with chicken minis and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app. Real customer paid for their testimonial.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota. Explore more this season in California with Toyota's legendary reliability. Shop a wide selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs, including more hybrids and plug-in hybrids than any other brand. Right now, get low 3.99% APR financing on the spacious Highlander, or check out great lease deals on the stylish Camry, sporty Corolla, and dynamic RAV4. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available on 2024 models through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit, excludes hybrids and Sport 3024.
Thinking of remodeling your home? Say goodbye to endless internet searches and visit Subcontractors United. Find a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in each home service category. From cabinets to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy, with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the network made for streaming. Well, the legend of Mason Miller keeps growing, and what a place to showcase his talents than Yankee Stadium. After the elbow injury last year, Miller has made the transition this year in a big way from starting to relieving. His 8 fastballs in the first game of the series averaged 102 miles an hour, including 102.5 to strike out Aaron Judge to end the game.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sacktown Sports.
Inside the NBA is so fun.
Consistently great.
I saw this earlier today. I thought it was worth a partial re-rack. Charles Barkley wearing a bracelet.
Like, who made your bracelet? That looks like a great aggressive. You know, I got this bracelet from a guy in the steam room back in Arizona. You got what?
Hey, Kenny, quit asking questions.
You
man.
got the bracelet from a guy in the steam room. Explain, please. Please explain. I saw this guy wear this in the steam room, and I noticed it's dark.
So what, did you ask him for it?
Are you kidding me? And I did. We were talking. I said, that's a nice bracelet. And I said, I had never seen it before. And I asked him. I didn't ask him for it. So we get out of the steam room. We get him dressed. He comes over. He said, man, you can have the bracelet. Wait. I had a question. Were towels on or off? Towels were on. Okay, that's all.
Oh.
Towels were on. Okay. Hey. Yo, get out. Yo, he got me up. He's like, ask him about the bracelet. Wait, so I didn't know the story. Oh, my God. Towels were on, Chuck. Towels were on. But he was a real nice guy. He gave obviously. He was real nice. Well, yeah, in the steam room. And I guess
was it a steam or a sauna?
It was sand. It was sauna.
Okay.
You know? No, it was a steam room. Actually,
How'd you see that in the steam room? And Bulldogs, the steam room and Bulldogs.
Oh, this is like sand from the Black Sea.
Yeah.
And this is.
You know what? Nobody's shout him listening. out his name. Nobody cares. America's Greatest Makers. That's a great bracelet, man.
Hey, man, y'all can't make me feel bad. We had our towels on. It was 2 men talking in the studio. Y'all haters, dude.
I'm not saying them anything wrong. I'm just trying. Hey, you ever see yourself admitting, yeah, the guy in the steam room gave me his bracelet? I don't see that.
You
don't tell nobody else that story, Chuck. Too late.
You're
too honest.
Y'all
man.
haters,
That's your
man.
problem, man. You
Hey, man, whatever your name is.
just say, hey, look, I don't even know his name.
I don't know his name.
And then he gave you a bracelet in the steam room as he was rubbing oil on your back. You don't even know his name. Oh, man. The guy's rubbing oil on your back.
He wasn't rubbing oil on
He
my
gave
back.
you his bracelet.
He was rubbing all over my back, man. Hey, man, whatever your name is, thank you for my bracelet.
Shaq's done.
Shaq did a spit take. What makes Charles so endearing too is that I think the secret quality to him, as much of and again, I like saying it all the time, it's a total old head comment. Like, go back and watch clips of Charles Barkley playing in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he was the closest. I mean, he was the enforcer of enforcers. Perfectly fit in with the Rick Mahorns and the Lane Beers and the Oakleys of the world. I mean, he played big boy basketball in the 80s and 90s. People talk about Draymond Green. It's not an exact science, but Chuck spit on a kid.
Right.
Chuck threw somebody through a window. Like, these are real things. Google them that happened. And now he's the, lovey, cuddly Charles Barkley. But the secret sauce with him to me has always been he's not afraid. In fact, he relishes being the butt of the joke and being self-deprecating if it's funny. And something like that, he knows what he's walking in.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
And willing to do it.
And absolutely, like he's and I can empathize with that. He's an oversharer, even if it makes him look bad.
Yeah.
Like when Chris laughs at me because I spend money on little hammers on Royal Match.
Yes.
And then it turns out he's double the levels I am.
Oh, the irony.
Oh, the irony. Still playing, Chris?
Yeah, didn't need to spend a dime.
You didn't buy one thing and you got to all those levels?
No.
I mean, I didn't have to. I just chose to. Because why?
You wanted to give back.
The problem is I get angry at the games. I emotionally am attached to the little phone games. Like, I get tired of the same level over and over again if I can't be. And then part of it also depends on like what little blocks they shoot out at you. You know what I'm saying? And then it starts cheating. Shut up.
The maddest I've gotten at that game is probably like, crap.
Right. Like, you have one move left. Then you got two little things to break.
The worst is when you're just like, it doesn't even matter if I pay twice. I'm not going to get through this.
Have you ever done the thing where you have the power up, but you hit the wrong way?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's fat thumbs.
It's like when you put the domino in the wrong place, Jason. That's what it's the equivalent of.
Yeah.
Thunder Pelicans. Thanks for nothing, New Orleans.
Thanks for absolutely nothing. Ruining our season.
Update on Monty McNair, though. I did hear back from the Kings. They said, I was hoping we'd get him this week. They said, let's check back in a little bit later in the offseason because I guess he's got things going on. I know. Yeah, I know. I know. I was a little, look.
What things can he be doing?
Right.
Things are getting better.
Like, what? Is it going to get better with, draft prep and all that? Says, I'm always going to protect my people over there. But basically they said, let's get back to each other in a few weeks when we're a little further into the offseason. Right?
Okay.
We usually get him right after. Maybe when he comes on, he's going to have to answer.
Yes.
What have you been doing for a few weeks? And what is a few? Is that 3? What is the proper time for me to email my Kings person back if they told me over the weekend, let's circle back in a few weeks?
I think of it as 3.
3?
Yeah.
Because a couple is 2.
A week is 1.
Mid-May.
Mid-May?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to set
it's going to be May.
Yeah, it's going to be May here in like 2 days.
May the 4th?
May the 4th's coming up. Big Star Wars holiday. I'm setting, you know what I'm doing? I'm setting it for May 20th. Little alarm. And then I'll email him. Hey, it's been a few weeks. Can we get him?
Okay.
Please. And then if that doesn't work, you know what we're doing for summer content? Days since Monty McNair has been on this show. We'll do an update every day.
Yeah.
Till he comes on. We'll do public pressure campaign. That always works.
let's just schedule him and say like, hey, we got him scheduled for this date. So
I email them and say, hey, we've got him coming on Friday.
Yeah.
We already announced it. Problem is they'd probably be nice enough to give him to us, and then that's the last guest we ever get.
Ever.
Celtics Heat tonight, Lakers Nuggets. That is a triple header. Giants off, Pirates at A's. Jason, is this a must win for the A's?
At this point, you've got to say yes.
Don't you kind of?
Yeah.
You got to say yes. The A's need this. Oh, here's one more since we have a minute here. Did you see this?
I saw both of those pictures of,
Why don't I know who this is? It's picked for Carolina. Dang it, I had his name and then I messed it up. But he is as happy as he can be, and he's asked a question right after the draft, and he's all smiles, he's all fun. But you ever have those friends or cousins or whatever that maybe you're from the South or something, and it's like what I go through in England, like trying to. He's a happy guy. Listen up here.
All right, we will begin with questions for Xavier.
Xavier, you woke up a Carolina Panther. Did you have to pinch yourself?
Say it one more time.
So you woke up a Carolina Panther this morning. Did you have to pinch yourself a little bit?
Oh no, man! I woke up ready, man. I got a call right after I got dressed. They was coming to pick me up at 9:30 in the morning. I told them I'm gonna be ready.
I love it, man. He's so happy. I did not get a couple of the words in there, but that is.
I got him.
What was that feeling like when you got the call? Because I saw the emotion in your face in the video, but what were those emotions?
Overly excited, man, whole time, and I really trying to hold my tears in for real, man. I told my folks I wasn't gonna crack. I was trying to be tough guy, but man, I was really overly excited.
Trying to be a tough guy.
Trying to be a tough guy. Told my parents I wouldn't cry. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to. That's one of the great things about the draft is you see these dreams. Who knows what kind of pro he's going to be?
Right.
But for right now, dreams come true. You work your whole life. Your parents are taking it every practice and camp and God knows what. Exciting time. You can now say for the rest of your life, as soon as you sign that contract, you are a professional athlete. How cool is that?
Very cool.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Styles, Watkins, Cross celebrity birthdays. We will ask Styles for a quick review of his salad and plum.
I don't think he's eaten them yet.
Oh,
maybe the plum.
Ooh. Chris, has Alan Styles eaten his salad and his plum, or just the plum, or just the salad, or nothing?
Nothing.
Jason?
I think it's nothing too, but I'll go just the plum.
Okay, well, you guys, so I got to pick both.
Okay.
I'll say he's eating the salad and the plum. I know I'm wrong, but like Charles Barkley, I'm willing to for the laughs.
Okay.
We'll do all that coming up
funny.
right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9998 now.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jake Owen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340. Were you recently in a car accident? Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Turn to the experts at Gonzalez Law. Our team specializes in car accident cases, wrongful termination, and criminal defense, fighting tirelessly to get you the compensation and justice you deserve. With years of experience and a track record of success, we don't settle for less, and neither should you. Visit ZachLegalDefense.com or call 916-304-9187 for a free consultation. Gonzalez Law, your advocate in the fight for justice.
Celebrate Sacramento Rivercats baseball during our 25th anniversary season. Pick your favorite weekly promotion, giveaway game, or theme night, and join the fun at Sutter Health Park. Stick around postgame every Friday and Saturday night as we light up the sky with the brightest fireworks in town. For a full promotion schedule and to buy tickets, visit rivercats.com. We'll see you there.
Guys, are you ready to give up because you think you've tried everything and you're still dealing with loss of energy, poor sleep, weight gain, and even ED? Revive Men's Health Sacramento has local medical providers that offer low T and ED treatments customized to each patient's unique physical makeup. By working with a specialized compounding lab, personalized treatments are guaranteed, even when generic pills and supplements haven't worked. It all starts with your free comprehensive exam and consultation. Availability is limited. Book today, and for this month only, Revive offers qualified patients a free 1-month supply of personalized ED medication, plus a free ED treatment producing immediate results. The experts at Revive Men's Health Sacramento will work to provide the right treatment for you so you can show up as the best you in all aspects of your life. Call 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566. Or send them a private message at revivemenshealth.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hey, all right. Hey. Also, let me finish that off. I won't say what you said, but also, I actually didn't watch any basketball at all. That whole thing was a bit. No, I watch. I'm like him. I watch maybe 20 minutes. In and out, back and forth. It's just it's not the Kings. I don't care. I mean, I kind of care. Yeah. I watched the end of the Suns game last night. That was just hatering.
I watch. It was pretty great. I watch a decent bit of that.
Yeah. So don't worry about it. Okay. Yeah. It's all good, dude.
Yeah. Jason and I, we're just built different.
I just let Jason carry me. That's really the truth. Jason watches everything. I just carry, and I'll just be like, "That's a great point, Jay."
Right.
And then I'll expand on it somehow. Yeah. And then half the time he gives me this
I plant seeds every day, too, of stuff that didn't really happen, but you go with it.
Yeah, I do. And it's a joke. It's like on the notes earlier today, he was like, "Oh, my God." And then Anthony Edwards played where he flew into the fourth row and landed on the lady.
Back. Yeah.
Right.
And you know who the lady was?
It was
the person who helped draft him.
Yes.
Whole story.
The whole thing, it was Jeannie Buss's sister.
Yep.
Under the
the Ocho's back, or it was back this weekend.
The Ocho, I thought it only happened in August.
I think
they've expanded it.
Yeah, they've definitely expanded it.
What was the best thing on?
So I like watching the kickball, but this one was super bizarre. It was basically you go through and do a little bit of each sport. So it was these random. It was the YMCA invitation. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. And you would shoot 3 basketballs. You would throw basically, when you go to where Dave and Buster's, wherever you throw the football through, throw 3 of those. You kick a soccer ball, and you did one other thing. It was the most random
like a little
thing.
mini decathlon, but not like that.
Yeah, and I thought I could do that.
Yeah,
I could be champion.
Yes,
I could be champion.
I would be all for the Ocho being a full time because I have a lot of that stuff DVR'd, like the dog agility. I love, of course, love that. The dog jumping too is also amazing. The tag. I even watched I was really excited about they had on the Ocho last year. They had the Excel spreadsheet championships.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
I won't.
It's insane.
That'd take a while, but let me tell you, I don't know if it's gonna be on the Ocho this year, but I saw a clip of this over the weekend, and I am here for this sport. You'll know if you've seen it. You start out with one of those regular, get it at a fair pretzels. Big old pretzel, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Dude.
I do not.
Okay, like a big...
No, I mean, I know that, but
I
I don't know
yeah. Okay, so think of a pretzel, and it's lying on a table, right?
Sure.
And this guy has a knife. Okay, big old knife. And he's kind of studying it, and he cuts it in half. And then what they do is they put each half on its own scale, and the idea is you win if you're the closest to having equal amounts of pretzel on either scale.
I thought you were still talking about the Excel.
I thought that was the Excel.
I get that we were just talking about making things up.
Sorry.
This is a bit more.
You saw this?
Even more lost.
I think it's in Germany.
It is in Germany, and never mind. But here's my thing. I was into it, dude. Because you're guessing ooh, I don't know. That's a little. And the one clip I saw, it was 44.4 grams on the left, 44.4 grams on the right. The guy nailed it. All you can do was tie him.
If you make something competitive, I mean, is there even a line of how dumb something would be to not watch? If it's competitive enough,
hey,
you'll watch anything.
There's a TikTok video going around that I've seen and I actually want to try if I ever had people over to my house. It's because guys will think of the stupidest thing. No, it's basically a glass on the counter.
Oh yes.
And the sink, the faucet's on top of it. And the goal is this, right?
Yes.
So you fill it up almost to the top, and then it's Jason's turn. And you basically take turns. It's like Jenga almost, where you try to get it to the top without spilling a drop. First person to spill a drop loses. It's intense, man.
One of my favorite ones is the balloon in the room. You have to keep the balloon up.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. What about the half-empty water bottle on the fan that's swinging around and everybody's got a blindfold on?
Yes.
You got to try to duck. And we honestly, that's what we should be doing. You want to talk about station event?
Yeah.
We should have the cage to cage decathlon of stupid things. Mm-hmm. And the pretzel thing, by the way, everyone understands the concept. Let's not lie. Anyone that ever smoked weed in the 90s understands exactly what it means to separate something and make it weigh exactly the same. Mm-hmm. Jason told me that the other day. Today is National Zipper Day. Just a quick question. Anyone here ever? No? Jason?
Zip to zipper?
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyone ever suffer an injury from it?
No.
This guy. Ooh. It wasn't like something about Mary bad, but it was like, and then zip back down real quick.
The chest hair you're talking about.
Oh, you're loco, man.
Of course. And then finally, nope, that's it. National Bubble Tea. What the hell is that? Oh, is that Thai tea with the mochis in it or something?
It's pretty huge.
Is it? What, the bubbles or the tea?
Both.
Oh, that tea's really huge?
I
Is
think
that a
so,
thing?
yeah, like boba and all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it taste like...
It's strange.
Is it like having caviar in your tea, but it tastes good? Like, I feel like they burst in your mouth with whatever flavoring it is.
Yeah,
wow,
they're
that
gummy.
was a really good analogy.
Yeah, they're gummy.
It looks like caviar. And I don't want caviar.
It's a little too salt. Like, it's kind of like BBs are shooting down your throat. It's a little strange. It's a little strange.
Right?
It's not welcome.
Like tapioca
Sure.
or something.
No.
All right. Celebrity birthdays. Brought to you by Crumble Cookies. I always like when someone else makes it weird.
What about National Raisin Day?
What about it?
What about it?
What about it?
Shout out Raisin Bran. Very underrated cereal.
Go outside,
I think it's
nerd.
properly rated.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like Raisin Bran is rated. Like,
yes.
I'm good with Raisin Bran.
It's fine.
I have to put honey or something on it, though.
It's a 3.
Really?
Like, for the next time we do a game.
Yeah.
Now, Raisin Bran Crunch, that's a different thing. Raisin Bran Crunch is a different animal.
4.
Have you had Raisin Bran Crunch?
I don't think so.
You can't rate it.
Okay. It's unrated.
0.
Celebrity birthdays.
Good day today. Happy birthday to Willie.
Pauly Stein.
Nelson.
Beeman. Oh, Nelson.
Beeman.
My name is Willie.
Honest to God, this is not a radio bit whatsoever. I should know this. I don't. I'm going to say, by the way, I'm going to say 89. I've never done this in my life, but I have really been listening to a lot. Look at this. It's my 7th most searched thing on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
See, that just proof. I've been listening to a lot of Willie Nelson lately. He's really good.
I'll take your word for it.
Thank you.
This guy's a hillbilly. This ain't Willie Nelson music.
I was just saying.
Name the movie.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou?
8 Mile.
There you go, Chris.
Damn it, I was close.
He's 87.
93.
86.
We have a tie. He's 91. 93
And he looks amazing.
Doesn't he, though?
Happy birthday.
Smokes it. He's the only guy who's ever smoked Snoop Dogg under the table. That's a true story. He and Snoop Dogg and Don Nelson of the Warriors all have houses in Maui, and they get together and smoke weed and play poker. That's a true story. You can Google it.
Are Willie and Don related?
Yes.
I wish you weren't a liar.
Google it. I'm telling you, it's true.
Happy birthday, Uma Thurman.
Uma. 55.
53.
52.
Oh, they have pillow fighting on
54.
We have a correct answer. Christopher Laud, 54. You guys were all over it. Happy birthday, Jerry.
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld is correct.
Jerry Seinfeld is 65.
Chris, do you like Seinfeld?
I like the show.
It's interesting. I don't know if I would have guessed that.
Didn't he? Why do I feel like didn't Jerry Seinfeld date someone a little too young?
Yes.
Are they still together? Do we know that?
Right?
I think they're married.
Wow. What? But wasn't she? Okay.
60 on the nose.
He took her to prom.
Ugh.
Oh.
I don't think he took her to prom.
Last week.
64.
62.
I don't even know what our guesses were. 70 is the correct
Oh,
answer.
what? I said 65. He's 70?
Yeah.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Michelle
Pfeiffer.
Yes.
Michelle Pfeiffer. I think she's older, though. I think she's like 66.
Yeah. 63.
God, the Seinfeld thing just threw me off.
Yeah. I think he was 70.
68.
70.
We have a correct answer. Carmichael Dave, 66. Michelle Pfeiffer. Happy birthday, Master P.
Master.
Don't hear much from Master P these days.
No. Or Romeo.
Son, yeah.
Didn't he get into basketball or something?
He tried. He played at USC for like a year or two. He's just P.
He's just Commander P now. He got demoted.
Is he?
He's 54?
Corporal P.
Master P is 60 on the nose.
Private
I'll
P.
say Master P is 65.
Isn't his name like Perry Farrell or something?
Oof.
Yeah.
He's
Percy Miller.
Percy Miller.
He's 54.
Wait, Perry Farrell's the lead
Is he
singer.
really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
God Sham God?
Great
also a
coach.
basketball move named after him.
Yes. His own move.
It's actually, all these years, it's actually pronounced God Shamgod.
Shamgod?
Shamgod, yeah. He is 56.
Wait, how old was Master P?
Oh,
54.
54.
53.
I'll say Sham God is 51.
52.
Who the hell is Perry Farrell the lead singer of? Porno for Pyros. Sorry.
God Sham God is 48.
Is he really? Wow. On the Dallas coach.
We have Jay Cutler, David Lee, Andre Agassi.
David Lee?
Ooh.
Local David
Jay
Lee. No,
Cutler.
Derek Lee. I'm thinking Derek Lee.
46.
I'll say
Think?
44.
I'll say 42.
Perry Farrell is the lead singer of Jane's Addiction.
Oh,
yeah. 41.
That's right.
Jay Cutler.
Sorry, Jay.
How old?
41.
Kristen
41.
Cavallari.
Jay Cutler.
Nice.
Didn't Jay Cutler once show his butt cheeks on Instagram? No, isn't that a thing, or am I just making that up?
That's
I'm not.
masterpiece.
Someone Google it. All right, for these guys, it's these guys, and these guys are next. And bye-bye.
What?
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes